Owen's cone boy. Happy International Women's Day everyone. Peepo happy.
Hey guys, thank you, Rayla, for the 55 months. Happy Women's Day. Raw, thank you for the 4 months. Tier 3. See that shit, thank you. I kind of thought I've not had issues with the queue for several months now. I'm kind of surprised. I guess it's like peak hours right now. So we'll just be patient. I'm gonna get up and get some water.
Owen's Holy Go.
Oh, it's a ghost. Thank you for the 28 months. All right, I'm gonna get some water right now though. I lied before. No, I'm not. Damn. Still in queue. it's just like a big fucking day, or hopefully my Pro didn't get dropped. I mean, I think that's unlikely considering I haven't really done anything crazy recently. Been kind of a NoPixel simp recently, anyways. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. You know what we got time for though? A little bit of Lodal. A little bit of Lodal. Let me guess Graves. Human mana range. Can't be Yone. Ooh, can't be Yone because he's not mana either. Human mana range. Try Lucian. Oh, he's not a man. Human mana ranged. Sortion. Oh man, I got fucking close on that one. So I need a earlier ADC. Should I Ash? Flag to support. Should I Vayne? Vayne might be a top laner though. Yep, Vayne's the top. Who else is Caitlyn? Huh. Who's an original Tristana? Might be a mid laner too. Yordle, fuck. Who is a oh, it's Sivir. Yeah, I forgot Sivir exists every like few months. He... Rise, right? Wait, incantation again? Yes. Who the fuck does this? It's gonna be a mage. What kind of mages be goofy like this? What kind of goofy ass mages are there? 11 still. I think it'd be Twisted Fate. I'll try Yone. No, not him. Damn. Alright. Yone. It can't be Yone anymore. Just tried Yone. Don't think it's gonna be Yone. It couldn't be Yone. Don't think it could be Yone. Anyone but Yone and Rise. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I'm so bad at Lodal type, like, dull type games, man. So fucking bad at these games. Karthus? I'll try both of those. I don't... Oh, it's Karthus? Karthus even had voice lines.
What's the incantation again?
Ugh, what a yapper. Katana? I don't know. I don't know what. Their Q? That's their passive. Yeah. Zaya. Blue Rakan. Blue red twins. Blue red two people. Fuck. Oh, it's got you can't. Kermodo's right, dude. Fuck is Kermodo doing in here? This is like York or something. I recognize the pose. Yeah, it's. I think this is gonna be Arclight York. Owned. Too easy. Okay, back to waiting. barrel. What you been up to, Commerdo? You haven't left already. Me, I just sit in queue. Any minute now, that's right. Bro. You just wait. You'll see. Actually, it's moving kind of quicker now. The further up you are, the less people that jump in front of you. Gobblish. What? The bat. Oh my god. First of all, thank you for the info. Second, not metaing at all. Appreciate it. Also, dude, is the finals doing an ARG moment? Hold on, let me stream this. I don't know, like I don't know if they're doing an ARG. I'm gonna stream this, and if it's inappropriate, I apologize. I don't know what's gonna be. They're like, so they changed their page to like XX CNS Birdie CNS XX, and there's like cryptic shit, which is very 2015 of them. But I mean, like, it's their account. It's reached the finals, and this is all the old tweets. I'm following them already, but I don't know. I don't know if this is just an advertisement for their newest skin, or if they're actually updating this game after a few months to try to increase the player base. Looks like a GIF. I will not be solving this GIF. I will not be solving any of this, to be honest with you. I wish luck. I wish luck upon those who will be solving this. For the rest of us, the people with working brains, because it's not going to be me. Yeah. So no audio on any of these either. Porsche. Is that for Overwatch? Oh, it's just the same video. Yeah, so that's cool, I guess. I don't really know what that means, but I'll flip to Twitter while I'm waiting. Now we're 8 in queue. Look at that. Isn't that just so interesting? Ain't that just something? Ain't that just something? Put the music back on. You know what it's about, but you know what it meant. Okay, well, you know, that's very responsible of you. Thank you. Very responsible of you, my friends. I wouldn't want to have that RP ruined for me either. I don't want to know what the tweets are about. I wonder what song comes on next. I got a really weird setup going on here. I guess it's a song. I'm starting to think Rabe doesn't listen to any of this music. He's just saying that. I got a whole lot to say if I can get in. I got some really great ideas. Fucking Hoggers RP ideas. This is taking forever though. Goddamn. Well, busted. Next idea. Sorry, 10th degree got me. New idea time. Let me think of an idea real quick. This is an old song. I recognize this. Holy shit. What year did A Real Hero come out? I can even see. Damn. It's old as hell. So good though. I was thinking, I think media that's made, like Drive, I think Drive, maybe Drive doesn't count actually. I'm not sure if Drive was made in current day at the time. But I find TV shows like Breaking Bad and The Wire that are made 5 to 10 years ahead of when they're set, if that makes sense. Like they're set in like 2010, but they're made in 2015. Age so much better than shit made right now, set right now. Because there's this hyper focus by directors or writers or producers to like include the latest technology in it as some kind of perspective, like, oh shit, this is so cool. But then I think like a lot of the times it ends up dating itself super hard because then that media, like that technology flops or doesn't come out to be like as accurate as you thought it was initially. And so like it's your like TV show gets super dated within like 5 years because looking back, it's easy to see, Oh yeah, like Apple Vision Pro, that was cool, but it wasn't as widespread as you wanted it to be, and it seems off for those that actually lived through that time. I don't know. You know, I'm kind of curious because you mentioned science fiction. I'm curious what like kids, and I say kids, it's a relative term. I'm curious what like teenagers right now think of Star Wars. Like, I wonder what they think about it without the lens of nostalgia that a lot of us have. Maybe there's kids in here. I don't know. Shouldn't be kids on the internet. Anyway, I'm just curious if it holds up. Not the Disney slop, the original trilogy, I guess, is what I meant. Do they think the original trilogy is as good as everyone makes it out to be? Or do they think, you know, it's pretty good despite all the time? Because a bit older than a teenager. I thought it was lame until I watched Last Jedi. I was like, oh, I get it. Really? What do you think of the effects? Because I was just thinking about how Faral was mentioning old science fiction, and that got me thinking about like the practical effects they use. I wonder if the practical effects, like I say practical, the miniature models instead of really, really early CGI, I wonder if that helped lengthen Star Wars's lifespan in terms of like, will the newer generations like it? Because that's always an interesting tactic. Is like, do you want to use cutting edge CGI, and it might look dated in 10 to 15 years, or do you use like practical effects that have been around for 20 years, and it might look dated now, but it won't look as dated in 20 years? Because these days love practical effects. CG's kind of boring. Interesting. Okay. Have you seen the old Dune? I have not. I'm not seen old Dune. I think I saw the original Dune, but I'm not a Dune head, man. I'm not a Dune head. I'm I like Star Wars, but I don't even know if I can call myself a Star Wars fan anymore. Like I am a fan of Star Wars, but just not at the level of other people these days. All right, I gotta get in the character. I fucking hate the government. I get paid. Andor fan. Ooh. I'm a Mandalorian fan a little bit. It's so mainstream sometimes it's hard to be like, I'm a Star Wars fan because that means so much stuff to so many different people. I'm not like a exclusive old trilogy Star Wars fan. I like the new stuff too. I actually don't hate the newer trilogies at all. I just think they're not as good as the original.
Hey.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's going on?
what you guys waiting on?
You?
What? I was inside. You guys weren't coming inside?
I checked.
You were inside the whole time?
I just walked out.
Hell week. Hell week.
You guys didn't say anything. You should have dropped by. What's up, Olsen? Thanks to the 2 gifted. Well, anyway.
That's what you were doing for an hour? You were an hour and a half? You were blowing your nose? Is what?
Blowing my nose? What?
That's what Barnes just said.
Speak up, Barnes.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Well, ignored. Too quiet. Pipe up.
Speak louder.
Is the Raven?
There it is!
Is the Raven?
He
here?
wasn't speaking up! Huh! Huh. You're not gonna admit it, though, are you?
I think you're crazy.
Okay, fuck you. Don't
I think you're
gaslight
just
me.
getting old.
Don't you gaslight me. You know what?
Are you old? Are you not old?
I think age is relative. I refuse to answer.
What is it relative to?
If you, the Earth, I'm actually young as shit, like a fucking infant. Earth's been around for billions of years, man.
Earth's like a rock.
Yeah, billions of years. Our lives are a speck on a spectrum.
We're just talking
To
about
young to old?
Right.
Okay, now Lance is doing it. You can yell. There's nobody here.
Just yell. Thanks for
Just
listening.
yell, please.
I'll just talk normally.
Okay,
I don't want.
well-
I don't want to throw out my throat or anything. You know.
I can't yell.
Don't throw your throat.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get a sore
Yeah,
throat.
okay,
like
guys.
Willie.
Let's get this.
Shut fucking
Thanks
man.
for thanks for
I
saying
can hear him.
this.
I don't know what you're complaining about.
Yeah, I don't know what the complaint is either. I could hear just fine.
No, you guys were both very quiet.
I wish someone would have my bag.
I just said it.
Yeah, thank you.
I could not hear. Malton was worse than Little Man Barnes.
No,
over there.
Barnes is worse for me, but whatever.
See,
We'll
Malton
move
was
past.
worse. Yeah.
I think Eb's train ticket might be soon. She might be coming in soon.
I got 50 G's. Are there any new cars?
Nope.
No, I actually. Here, let
Yeah.
me give you my motorcycle.
There never is, man. Jesus Christ. Hey, man. Did
Hey.
you get paid?
Oh yeah.
When you go beat those guys up for you got paid?
I got paid.
Alright. Check it, man. God, you know, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but not my favorite chopper.
You could say no, Owen.
You could always say.
I'm not
no.
walking, and there's no cars up for sale, so I don't really have a choice. I don't. It could be a fucking Faggio. There's nothing up for sale, so I'm getting
What's
at.
your state
Are you in a
ID?
motorcycle club or
There's
do you drive
nothing
a
up for
car?
sale. I'm making a statement about the general state of the car sales and motorcycle sales.
You just said car sales.
I did
not
say
Right,
it.
but the point he's trying to
Oh,
make
Cat,
is there's no
what is this-
motorcycles available.
You guys are-
because there's not even cars.
Was there like a directive before I got here? Just fucking fuck with this guy?
No, there was not.
Barnes is requesting that you all speak up. He can't hear you.
I'm
I
not
am
going
speaking
to.
up.
I'm not going to.
Tell Dummy to listen.
I'm trying
Oh,
so
Owen's not
hard
speaking up?
to not. I'm not speaking up because this isn't to him. I'm talking not to him right now.
Okay.
So what's your state ID, man?
You know what? I'm about to go back inside.
No, you
3459.
There you go.
I think
And
that's
so
counting
close.
numbers.
I'm not gonna.
You get
You
that?
know what?
Did that work? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. For $1.
For $1. 50
Couldn't
cents
transfer
cheaper.
ownership.
Oh, so I thought you said this was fine, Willie.
It is.
Okay.
Maybe
Hop-
you owe bills or something.
Hop on. I don't think. How do I even check that?
Think you could do 50 cents survey, man?
Maybe I could do 50. Let me see.
Alright. Tough times, you know.
Say that. Do you want more too?
I wish I got a better state ID. Fuck this.
3459.
3459.
Yeah, okay.
That's 3, 4, 5, 6. That would've been pretty good. Almost.
$1 couldn't transfer ownership.
Okay. Willie, I think you lied.
You probably owe money
How do I? What do
Who
you mean
owes
I owe
money?
money?
for your apartment.
What? You have to pay money for your apartment?
Yep.
There is a
Alright,
base
no.
bill, yeah.
How much
I
is it?
definitely paid my
I
apartment.
know people have transferred cars, so
I've never
It's like
considered
$2
I have to
grand.
pay for the apartment I have no choice in owning.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like $2 grand or something.
No, it's like
Overall?
1,500.
Or like per something?
It's like once a month.
I
or
checked
once every 2
mine.
months.
and it's like
God.
1,300, 1,500.
Where do I fucking pay that at?
City Hall.
Fourth floor, City Hall.
Floor, yeah.
Has anybody else not paid their apartments or anything like that? Justin,
a
when's the
while.
last time
Paid
you
their
played your
apartments.
apartment?
Why is everything a fucking treadmill in
get
Los
with-
Santos? You have to be running on
Justin, get with
nonstop like
Owen.
a little hamster.
If you don't use it, the bill is very
I was gonna say I
small.
can give him my bike.
Okay,
No, it's
no,
not.
no, no.
It's not about.
It's
having
not
to
about
buy.
that.
It's about. I have to
I've
pay
paid my
this.
apartment. He has to.
My God. What? I gotta go back. What is this? Is the max speed 42 miles? There's no speed limiter.
Justin, get on with him.
Johnny,
Yeah,
is the top speed of this bike 42 miles an hour?
it's a manual, man.
Oh my God.
You're gonna hate this, Owen, but you gotta work to pay for the upgrade.
You can buy an automatic.
You can buy an automatic
That's
upgrade,
crazy.
Owen.
I gotta figure out how to shift. Hold on.
You gotta hop on that
or sequential.
get on that treadmill, Owen. Get on that treadmill.
Fuck you, man. I just, not you, but like in general, you know.
Right.
Everything gotta be a fucking grind in this fucking city.
Facts.
That's right.
Preach it, baby.
Yeah, grind for that dollar.
Gotta
to buy the
grind for that
motorcycle.
apartment that you don't get a choice in.
At least it's only $1,000. It could be a lot worse, but it's still stupid.
Could, but it's the principle, really, right?
Yeah.
Alright, great. This is gonna be.
Why am I going?
I don't know why you're
All
going.
right.
Because you haven't paid your apartment either, dumbass.
Why do I have to pay it?
You know what?
Go, just take him. Just take him. Just take him.
Oh my God. I don't even use it.
I don't either, man. But I got to if I want to get this bike transferred in my name. Dude, are you?
Hell yeah.
You're in the fucking shift on this thing. Go from like. Jesus. I gotta change. I gotta figure out the. I gotta move this gear shift somewhere closer.
Oof.
Quiet as hell, man. Look at this crowding.
Nice.
We almost didn't make that, man.
Just
It was
made it.
close.
Ooh. Ooh.
Dude, it's. Don't even. Keep the comments to yourself. I'm doing my best over here.
I haven't tried yet.
You know what? You want to? It's. Actually, no. I'm not letting you drive. This is so fucked. I gotta find a better keybind for this. It's ass, bro. Like, I have to take my hand off the mouse. So I can't even talk when I'm driving. Why are there 6 gears on a
That doesn't
motorcycle?
sound good.
I'm just. I think I'm just gonna drive and shift gear too. Fuck it. Alright. Fucking find the payment area. Jesus Christ, man. mouse wheel up and down is not a bad call, but the problem is up and down is the engine on off by default. So I'd have to change engine on off. I'm not sure it controls anything else.
was right outside. Oh my god, you scared me. I thought one of you guys was Vingo Dan.
I think I look like Vingle Dan.
Because I think the council wants to hear from people too.
Exactly.
Hey, you know where I pay my state tax?
Upstairs, third floor.
All right.
It's at a desk right before you get to the third floor courtroom.
Ooh, middle, like, mouse wheel punch would be interesting.
Yeah, I have been.
Your mouse wheel not have 10 macros? Dude, I didn't think I was playing fucking World of Warcraft right now. Can we vote?
I'm going to be very honest. You need to be careful, though, if you are
Nothing to
trying
vote
to
for.
use your platform based on certain people that are, like, getting denied their business plans and shit. Because there are some people out there that are like, I want to start up a loan company.
I can't believe there's gear shifting on a motorcycle. I've never driven a motorcycle. I can't imagine motorcycles. Well, maybe they do, actually, with, like a operated same thing. This is it? Hey, what up? Is this the area?
I've got no clue. I've never paid.
This looks like the area, but I don't know that it is. Head of bar, head of deputy mayor. Criminal department. Treasurer, maybe it shows. Okay.
That goes up. He said third floor.
Is this the third floor? View bills. Oh, here it is. Outstanding bills and taxes. None. There's nothing here, man. What the fuck?
Oh,
Jesus
there's one for
Christ.
me.
You have a bill?
What the fuck? I haven't even used it. 1,300.
Damn, they're fucking you.
Oh my god.
They're just... You know what? I'm not a big fan of the government. Time to shoot young dad. Nah, I think I'm gonna blow up a bus full of innocent civilians.
Why did I have to do that?
Could be a no mask.
If it's a joke, people should understand. If she's not showing symptoms of having rabies, and you literally are still alive after however many days you made the original bite to her, yeah, it's not really that. I mean, it is quite literally a joke. If they wanted to, like if
Thank you,
Genevieve wanted
Ghost.
to push
Appreciate the
charges,
consideration.
she could, since you bit her, but they can't get you for attempted murder of a government.
I gotta ask these guys what they bind shift gears to. The concept of shifting gears while driving is kind of cool. I just was shocked that that was a thing.
So you didn't have a fucking bill. And
Nah, I didn't have nothing. I barely even go in there.
Hell?
Bro, I'm letting off the gas when I shift now. So weird. The engine noise, I can't, like, whenever I've driven shift in real life, I shift off engine noise and RPMs. And I think if I go by RPMs, 53, like, I don't, it might be the top speed of this bike, to be honest. It seems really low. Dude, am I supposed to shift up or down? What does it want from me? In reverse. It's huge.
But that might be something either that the judge scrubs out or that the police can't use.
I say if either of us are facing a crime that's worth more than 25K fine.
Well, the kicker though is because we talked about this. Is
I don't have any fines. I don't know what the fuck you guys are yapping about.
There's a there's a 3-week waiting period before spousal privilege can officially kick in.
Did you go to the right place?
Yeah.
So.
Barnes had to pay something, so. Assume so. $1? Alright. Oh, couldn't transfer ownership.
Barnes, what's your state ID?
1969.
Nice.
That's a crazy state ID. There's a transfer. Does it let you accept?
Yeah.
What is taking you so long to press one button, man?
Couldn't transfer ownership.
Okay, so it's not what you said.
You sure you don't know money, GD?
I shouldn't. I mean, you don't even see the option though to sell.
I don't.
I can go double check. I don't. I think they just
Dude,
don't.
What are you shifting in this thing? Like,
I think you have to be on the bike to even try to transfer.
we
tried
did
that,
that.
too.
Let me try passing. Let me try in the back. I'm gonna hold you tight, alright?
Yeah. Okay. Vehicle. Sell. 3469, 3569. 3459.
3459. Couldn't transfer ownership. Alright, fuck this bike. Put it in the ocean.
Ocean dumping the bike.
We need Luke after that.
I'll look into it later.
Yeah, alright.
I'll do another. We'll figure it out another day.
I mean, I got money. One would go up for fucking sale, but.
There's nothing for
It's
sale.
25K by the way. JD for marriage takes 3 weeks to kick in.
God, Ron stock is through the roof, man.
Dude,
we've held on to some Ron stock too.
I've been holding Ron stock. It's still down a little bit today, but I've made.
Holy shit.
I made like 50 bucks on Ron. I put 100 bucks into it a few months back.
900.
I've made thousands probably.
You didn't make 900.
Oh yeah, I did.
Barnes. I know.
I made it.
What do you mean you made
That's
it?
pretty good,
I put the
Barnes.
$93 in and made 900.
You didn't put $93 in and make 900. It hasn't
Yes,
gone
I
up
did.
900%.
Oh,
That's
man.
what I did.
You could see your history, Barnes.
It didn't go up that much. I bought.
Well,
What'd you buy at?
no way.
What'd you buy at? Look at your
I bought it at
transactions.
93.
Oh,
What?
Man.
He bought at 93. Owen, come on.
Okay.
Where do you see
And
the
it's
history
now
at?
293.
I don't know what to tell you. I made 900.
Look at your transactions,
Or
Barnes.
I just don't. I don't believe this.
No
Did
question,
you buy
man.
multiple shares? And
This
they
guy's
say
a
you made
regular
900 total
Rockefeller.
profit?
How much did you buy? You bought one stock at 90. You made.
probably bought
$200 is what you made.
You made like 50 bucks, man.
So then you bought like 10 shares or something.
Yep, I made it.
All right. It's gone down significantly, but he made it.
I'm now investing in Burger Shot.
Okay.
That's the next moon.
Oh yeah. It's,
Moonstock. Okay.
yep. It's going up.
From Stock Wiz. You're almost as bad as Luca with his billions
Burger
of
Shot
dollars,
doesn't even
man.
have a location, you
It's
moron.
going
What
up
the hell are you
now.
talking about? What is the guy yapping about? Burger Shot doesn't even have a fucking location in Los Santos anymore.
He will soon, though.
Well, when it
Soon
do,
damn.
I think sell senior buns. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
oh yeah.
I can only see bad
haven't-
things for senior
I haven't
buns.
listed anything.
And Bean Machine, sell.
They've been remodeling for 8 years.
Really taking their sweet time. Exactly what they want. Now,
You
with
wanna-
stock, however, that's gonna be up.
Do we want to get this shit started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, everyone.
Hey, Johnny, can I talk to you before you go in real quick?
Yes. Give me an O in a second.
This is kind of serious. I don't want to bring it in front of him. If
Yeah.
your mind were a keyboard, what button do you shift with?
I had to rebind it.
To what?
I rebound mine to Q. I don't know what I don't know what it was originally.
Fucking arrow keys normally.
Yeah. I think originally.
What's
it was
up?
like-
So Q up, E down, or what?
I mine is like the clutch is like
There's a
Q and-
clutch?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
My
start
clutch
at your
is
bike,
Q.
man.
Yeah. My clutch, and then I got the mouse wheel. Is what they go up and down.
Doesn't it turn off the bike?
Oh, I rebound that too.
Okay, well, all right.
It was all
I'll
in
wait.
vain,
I'll wait
too.
for Lance to start yapping. I'll do that.
Because it was all in vain too. Because I'm getting an automatic. Because I can't deal with it. I fucking.
I
hate it.
don't hate the concept.
Also, me and you are the only two that are like high command essentially.
I know.
Do you think?
And they treat me like shit.
I mean, I was just gonna.
I'm being
I was gonna say
gaslit.
like, I feel like we're gonna offer them like prospect here. Like, are we just? I feel like we should probably have a vote on that while they're not in the room though. Do we just not even care? Just say fuck.
You know the problem is, we should have a vote, but if we have a vote, that means another meeting, and that's gonna keep like I think.
Well, if it's
I think
six-
that might.
if it's
I think.
6 to
I
2.
think fucking Fonz might just flop over dead if we call a meeting after 2 months of nothing, and we don't even make him a prospect, and we're
Right,
like,
well, that's
oh,
what I'm
one more
saying.
meeting. He's gonna fucking kill himself.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, if we have majority, they all get prospect. That's the point
I
I'm
think
saying.
it's unanimous for vet members. No.
I mean, to get prospect.
Yeah. For prospect, probably not, but.
For full member, probably.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. I just, God.
I mean,
Like,
I think
should
all
we?
6 of us
Yes.
in here are gonna say yes.
Should we?
It's kind of the.
But the
Here
formality.
becomes the other thing. Are we just gonna offer every single hanger out a prospect?
Why would we
position?
not at this point? They've
Right,
only
that's
provided
my
us
thought process too.
loyalty. It sucks for the Fonz who's done,
I think the Fawn should get a fast track.
Herculean effort over here for
I'm
pretty much
gonna be
nothing.
honest. I think the Fawn should get a fast track to patch member.
I think we prospect them all, and Raven and Luca and whoever turn up and they're like, we don't want that. We're like, whoops, my bad.
Well, it happened already.
Yeah, you
Baastard ordered.
should have been
idiots.
here. Should have been here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just do it.
What?
I said, let's just do it. Let's just
Yeah.
prospect them. Anyway.
We're not gonna like beat them up or anything stupid like that, right? Not gonna.
No.
Okay, I'm not doing that. Just
We're not
let
even
me
doing
know.
a vote though, right? We're just fully offering it.
Let's pretend we had a vote, just for appearances.
Okay. All right. All right. First things first.
Huddle up, bring it in, everybody. Then you like each other.
I do like everybody here.
Good, you're doing great pretending.
Yay.
All
Okay.
right, time
So,
to change
you
my
know,
keybinds.
We kind of all came to like a unanimous decision here. Anybody that's a hang around, we're gonna be offering you a prospect patch. It's up to you, any of you three, if you want to take it. But we kind of came to that unanimous decision. It's gonna be outside of you three as well. It's gonna be JT. It's gonna be Clem, Clyde as well.
Autopilot? What?
It's kind of the unanimous decision. The ways the club came to. That's just how we're gonna start this off. Then we're gonna go into like a full meeting. We can fully catch up, talk about different things we're gonna go into. So you three that aren't a part of the club, you wanna you guys want to talk it over, think it through, whatever.
I have an email. You need an email for this.
Like now?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I
Oh,
mean,
okay,
it's
yes.
offering it right now. So.
Let's.
there-
Do you want to have a sidebar or?
Is there much to sidebar about?
Not really. No.
I don't think there's really much to say. I think,
I
I
think
know what my
we're-
decision is. I think it's,
Yeah.
you know, and you guys to make your own decision as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All the people
I mean,
and
yeah,
Bastards
I'm in.
ex-cops?
Yeah, same
No,
here.
not
Part of my
not
work
all of
towards it.
them.
That's, you know,
Majority, yes.
got
not all.
family in it. Family seems to think everyone here else here is family, so you know.
I'd agree with all those sentiments as well. I didn't put all the time into to step away.
All right. Well, that settles that. That's done. We'll probably speak to a few of the others when we actually just line up with it. Okay. So, weed was something we all kind of talked about a long time ago. Any of these five will probably remember. Have you guys been doing any weed stuff as like hangouts?
Nope, not too much. We started to think about tacking a little bit, I think, about getting into it. Because we couldn't acquire the good product because JT was our grower. And without JT being around, we couldn't get better.
Yeah, I
product.
remember that conversation. Yeah, actually, I do remember that.
That
So-
okay, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, no, you handed the brick over.
Oh, I was gonna say that product is from the lumber union actually. They've got a pretty extensive grow apparently, and they're looking for people to push it. So we're not looking to continue our own grow and looking for, you know, product to push for money. I think we could talk to them.
Now, to get our own turf, we need to have gotten in really, really good with the guy under the bridge, mainly. That's how we can acquire our own turf and start pushing in La Puerta. I know that's something we wanted to do at some point. Is that something we still want to do together as a club? Is get a turf in La Puerta and start pushing? Because it's really not a lot of money like Moonshine is.
Right, and that's kind of what I was going to discuss is because so before you three, were involved in any of the like official meetings, I guess we had a club vote that no patch member was going to touch weed. That was the Lance, you're the acting secretary. That was the verdict, right?
For what? Sorry, which the
patched members and weed was a no-go, correct?
The no-go was for pushing it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, that was a no-go.
So, I mean, my thought process is there even any interest to get into weed? Is it something we do want to fully do? I mean, to me, it sounds like moonshine is the superior thing to really get into.
From a legal
100%.
From a legal standpoint, I'm still against weed. The felony with intent is still a 10K fine, and that is probably what's going to get you rated a lot more than other things right now. And yeah, purely from a legal perspective, I'm against it.
The only question I have regarding that is if you get in good with the guy under the bridge, like you were saying, like does that open up other avenues of stuff?
Could.
Apparently, it allows us to, like you were saying, get turf, and turf may not only be for like weed. It could be.
Will there be like
other
shine turf as well?
Like, don't we need to access the HQ app? Like, don't we need that reputation to get those
Yes,
chips?
that's another thing. There's a lot of stuff with the HQ app and shit. That's a whole nother conversation, which we can get to next. But just talking about turf and weed, we need to use weed to get to the turf. And there's a lot of unknown variables about the turf, whether we can get chain turf, whether we can get into other drags because we push weed, etc. I think weed's worth getting into just because of all those unknowns. Because and the HQ app, which we'll go into that, I think probably is a good thing to get to with this conversation. We have to spend the buck coin to get us all on the app. We have to get fucking like a superior chip that we put into our tablet, I think, to get like an extra app on the tablet. And we're going to have to start, pushing towards a turf if we want to get into that, because we might be able to get the fentanyl from this weed shit. We just don't know.
That's what I was gonna. Did anyone ever figure out what Fenny is ultimately looking for to become his acquaintance?
I'd assume
Dang.
he'd want to, to prove yourself through something else.
There's two people that don't talk to us because we're not in enough with the right people. One of which is Fanny. The other guy, I forget his name, but he's right across from the impound lot in the south side. That gas station. There's a guy with a monkey mask just leaning up against the building. He only wants to tap bags, as he says. So there's got to be having best reputation with all the people
Dude, I'm
maybe
gonna
in the
lead
city
hacker.
that work
Don't try
in the
me.
criminal underground to tap to that guy. And then after we get working with him,
I can hack,
maybe
I can
then
drive,
we
I
get
can
to
shoot.
fentanyl. So I feel like
Don't get
getting
in
all
my
the way
way.
up through with weed is probably good, but to what extent do we want to use it? Do we just buy some bricks from the lumber company? We get, some people up real good in with a Benny from under the bridge, and we could get turf if we went to or not. But at least we have the reputation built, which I think is the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, for you all, obviously, if reputation is your goal, I think that's the main thing to consider. From a pure financial standpoint, like I said, though, is if your middleman cut is not great, shall we say, you might happen to be due like 10 plus runs, and if you get popped once, you're in the hole again, right? But just from that felony fine plus any raids that might be associated with that, so keep that in mind if you're middlemaning.
Yeah, I think that we're going to sell probably at a loss for a while. And I think the lumber company wants us as pushers to be selling their weed and be on their HQ app, was kind of what they were talking about, which doesn't work for us because as a club, we have to be on our own HQ app.
Yeah,
so
but
it's never going to happen.
I don't see why we couldn't just push their product on our
Yeah,
own.
it might be the strain that.
And it would just help. It would help both of us. We just buy shit.
If it works that way, and we could just buy their shit and just push their product, and as long as their product is being pushed, their funds go up, because they said they're making $20 a baggie, and they're making sales in their turf every minute in La Mesa.
I think it's worth trying that. If I think we need to do this. It's just something we have to put up with, just for the future. But I don't know if Fonz or Vern or.
Do we want to? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do we want to try to do that then? And if that's just not the process, then we'll have to get into growing.
Exactly. I think that's best. And then if JT comes back around too and starts putting in the, work into the whole operation of things, then he'll be the one who grows again, and then we'll just pick up where we left off with that versus someone starting all over from the bottom.
Yeah. I like the idea of working with someone so we're not doing the whole process ourselves and opening up ourselves to that. And if I got a switch sheet to test that out, if you guys could, you have access to our computer and all that shit, right?
Yeah, we've got
we get that.
72 butt coin, by the way.
Okay.
Owen's holy cow, holy
I
cow.
think that's the way to go, but that kind of segues into how much money do we want to invest into this crypto farming? Because we have a lot of money right now. I think like half of all of our money,
What's up, Yoik?
or whatever percentage.
It's
I
the
think
6
we're
months,
close to
dude.
like $250,000. We could just throw at something if we need to.
Well, no. I think we have more than that.
I'm saying not all of our money. Like all of our money, we probably have over 500,000.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, but I like expendable money probably. Yeah, about a quarter.
I have 100 myself.
I got 190.
Got about 15.
I got 52, but gotta get a fucking bike or automobile.
I'm trying to buy us a Sultan or something like that for the group.
It seems like a lot of
around 30s.
Well, we could double check that later, Molten. Am I wrong, Fonz, that a lot of this shit revolves around this cryptocurrency?
Pretty much minus the moonshine. Everything else is pretty cryptocurrency heavy. Because the turf is going to be probably cryptocurrency related, like buying the turf and getting more area that we could push in. If we get into the weed shit, that's going to be crypto. If we want to do robberies, that's crypto. If we want to build gangs, crypto. If we want to do the ammunition, that's crypto. And, all the different avenues is pretty much crypto based.
I think we're generating what 5 or 6 at the moment.
And
day?
we're doing 5.8 I think per day.
Yeah. I don't think we have to go balls to the wall, but I think each rack, when I looked at the computer, is like 4 per day, right?
Yes, each rack would be 4 if they're filled.
So ideally, we'd get to somewhere around 20 per day. And it's not like we're rushing things, so we could just take it slow and it builds up. But I don't know how much money that would be because I think Fonz has been doing that GPU shit.
I put a bunch of money of mammon into it to get us those, just so we could get some type of stable income of it coming into the fucking wallet. I think I maybe put like 30 grand maybe into it. But I think what would be better than throwing our money into it is that maybe we start running a bit of sanitation, because now that towing is a green jab and it doesn't affect our reputation, we could run sanitation and not lose rep doing from tow. And we could just start pumping all those electronics that we get from that into the circuit boards or whatever into GPUs. We're going to need alloy and metal AFCATs for making crowbars. You know what I mean? We're going to need some of those materials. And whatever we don't need, we could sell to the lumber company because they use glass, copper, and other shit for making their furniture. The only thing they don't make shit with is rubber, which we use for brake pads and tires. So if we want to sell brake pads and tires to Mosley's as just like, some fucking product to sell, and maybe not everything, that could be where we pump those materials from our sanitation run, and then we have an avenue to pump everything out from all of our sanitation runs.
I was even gonna say, like, even in theory, even if we don't do business with the lumber camp on the stuff that they need their shit for, in theory, all of those materials will be used anyway by car parts to sell to Mosley's. Like anything,
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like literally, no
Literally
matter what,
anything.
it would be used. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm around and I don't feel like doing any like the weed or moonshine shit, or we're like kind of relaxing, I don't mind helping out with sanitation shit. I'm just never gonna be one jumping for joy to go do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it with like 3 other people.
Yeah, but there's a group
the
of
thing
us
is,
and
they
we're
get
just kind
robbed
of
a lot.
talking.
So we probably need 6 people with 2 running,
Like security.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
okay,
gonna
but
get
like,
robbed by
does it
something
matter?
like
From what I heard, it doesn't matter if you have security unless the security's got guns. So who's got a gun?
Well, you and me, Molten have gun licenses.
We have gun licenses?
Yeah.
What?
We got to keep them from the audit.
What?
What do you mean?
We don't. You two shouldn't have a civilian weapons license.
I asked if we could get one, and the mayor said no.
Well, I asked, and they said they're not taking them away.
What do you mean taking them away? Oh, I do have a valid weapons license.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We had to get them technically, for the audit.
Oh.
But when I asked, they said we're just keeping them.
Who'd you ask?
Here's what I've been told. The weapon.
Crane.
Okay, if Crane said it, then maybe you go that. But what I've been hearing is that the weapons licenses that you get from becoming a cop are not the weapons licenses you need to buy guns.
But if Crane said,
well, let's just follow up with Crane then. I mean, if Crane's gonna let us segue
Yeah, I'll
this,
double check with them.
then that's huge for us. But if not,
If it's not the case, I think I could just remove them. But as of right now, I'm pretty sure we have them.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I would
looked
say
on my
before
phone and
any
I see
sort of,
weapons
like-
license right now.
I'd say before any sort of like concrete decision, now with any sort of guns, because they're 35K anyway. So before anything, I would speak to
Made of
Crane.
fucking
really.
gold.
Well, yeah, these guns are 35K and the license are 25. I think we deserve them, to be honest.
Well,
because
I thought
it's a
so
lot of
too,
work.
but the mayor told me no when I asked him. I said,
Well, the mayor doesn't know what he's talking about.
yeah, he sounds like a fucking idiot.
Did you hear him arguing SOPs?
No.
He
Well, with
did.
me? You tried to argue shit with me in that fucking audit.
Yeah. Yeah, he said, I'm right. And then I said, we probably shouldn't discuss SOPs.
Yeah.
And then we moved on.
Well, in any
Okay.
case, I mean, I guess having guns definitely influences it, but
Really quick,
without
before we
it,
get
there's no
too-
point in running security.
Yeah. Before we get too off topic, the weed stuff. It seems like everybody kind of agrees. Or at least it seemed like 3 or 4 of us agreed that getting into it is kind of like a necessary evil, for lack of better words. You don't have to sit there jumping for joy about it, but it does seem like a necessary evil. Do we want to have a vote for if patch members are okay with pushing? No. At the very least, I would like to call it into a vote, because if we're going to fully go into it, I think we should probably be helping out the prospects and the hang-arounds then, especially if we needed to push further.
We probably need Luca and Raven for that kind of stuff, but
we could always take the vote, and then we could always get them to.
I think it should be a wider conversation than just fucking weed or whatever. Because I mean, if we're being honest, we haven't done shit. You know, we've been trying to be so clean that we haven't gotten anything done. That it's like we probably just need to talk amongst ourselves and really take the fucking gloves off with this whole thing.
So I guess my thought process is if it's a 6-0, and we're just waiting on Luca and Raven, even if they say no, it doesn't change shit, right? You see the point I'm making?
Raven's the vice president. If he says no, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to wait to hear him out, but I don't think it's a
I was
big
gonna
deal.
say, but how long is the wait?
Exactly.
We meet like
Yeah.
once a month, if that.
I mean, before, any patch member starts getting their hands dirty, I don't see a problem with Fonz or Vern working with the lumber union through our app, if that works to start the process.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying I don't want that. I'm just saying it's, they're two high command members of the club, right? I mean, it feels like
right.
If we're going to talk about not a fundamental rule, but a big shift in club mentality, then we should have them input.
I get where you're coming from, but I guess from my perspective, I don't think the 8 of us will line up to have a conversation. We have 6. Having a conversation with the 6 of us, and then worst comes to worst, if we need input, we could always wait to have a final decision until they give input. Because then essentially we're not changing anything, and there's no point in having this meeting unless 8 people are around. And I just feel like it's a waste of time.
Okay, yeah, we could just take it, and if they object, we come back to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see Luca objecting, though. Because Luca and I were the ones in favor of getting into weed back in the original vote. But yeah, my thought process would be patch members touching weed. While yes, it might not be ideal, I do feel like it's a necessary evil. I personally wouldn't mind touching weed to at least help, and it's not all on these 3. It's not necessarily always going to be that the president or a patched member is the one that's doing the handoffs, but at least involved in the process and assisting and helping. And so I'm going to be voting in favor, personally.
I'm willing to be a lookout, but I don't want to have any sort of drugs on my person with having the house in my name and opening that up. So none of that will be on me, but I'm willing to be a lookout, distant if needed.
I want to clarify something. For me, I'm voting yes on the wider scale of patch members can be involved, but it comes down to personal preference if you want to be involved, right? Me, I'm willing to be fully in, fully hands in, fully dirty. But obviously with Aurora owning the property, she might not want to touch the weed because it's so fucking easy to get raided over. I just want to make it very clear that this is purely voting for being willing, for the club being able to, not necessarily personal preference. But you don't have to, just because the club votes yes doesn't mean you have to go down every single person in this room has to go sell.
Yep.
Because obviously Lance Malton ain't going to be out there pushing weed on the corner.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, even regardless of all that, I'm more of an abstain. Granted, we don't know what the we kind of know what the cop force is like, but with Chief Barrick, if they hire a bunch of old guard, we can very rapidly get into a raiding season. We've managed to stay extremely clean and under the radar until now. If they hire the right kind of cops back, that could all change very quickly. So
There's no way you're telling me you're abstaining.
I'm abstaining from this.
You're not taking a side. You're sitting in the middle.
Why?
I'm really sitting in the middle on this
Why?
one.
What is the...
What is the benefit of sitting in the fucking meat? There's no politics.
Why do you
here,
even
man.
get a vote if you're just gonna sit in the middle? What do you... I don't think you
Okay,
should be able to abstain, dude. Like in votes in general.
Then no. If
Just
it,
vote
then nay. Then
Yeah,
if
just
you-
vote what your
then-
opinion is. Just
my,
say
okay,
it.
then my opinion is nay.
And for
Okay.
what's the explanation? Because you think it's too dangerous?
Yeah, I think that even if it's a necessary evil, I think that other alternatives should be explored first.
What alternatives?
You've all mentioned
Alternatives. The alternatives have already been explored for the last 2 months.
I can get lockpicks now.
Thank you. Thank you, Willie.
Thank you, Willie.
Raven's gonna be pleased. He's
Crowbars?
come on,
Come on.
Sorry.
come on, poor guy.
He's up and now he's down.
So Lance, you're staying in the no.
I'm saying in the no.
Okay. So it's me.
I don't
and
mean this to
Owen.
be confrontational, but because what other options?
I mean
Is this a
that's also
Catholic
what I'm
thing?
trying.
It's not even a Catholic thing. Like what? I'm gonna. Is the end goal for this to make money? What's the end goal here?
Yeah.
I mean, one, making money, but two, literally what we just said is pushing this weed to at least be able to get into the turf stuff and then to further go into the fentanyl stuff. Because fentanyl is where I really want to be.
Yeah, crank, whatever. The problem is, yeah, we understand weed isn't profitable and it's risky, but we might be closed off from doing something profitable and less risky if we don't do this. And we've tried other alternatives. Like, unless you want to... Dude, unless we're willing to put ourselves up in the yellow pages and just start being a fucking tow truck or MC, we're kind of out of options.
I'm
Right.
saying
And your alternatives that you're talking about, the alternatives when we voted no initially was for the prospects and hangarounds to be the ones mainly doing that. And I quite frankly, I just think we need all. There's very few of us around, and as we start to be a little bit more involved, I just think it's better to have everybody involved in the operation and not limit ourselves to just prospects and hangaround.
I think
And
if
me
you-
and Owen, aren't sitting here saying like, "Yippee! We love weed. It's all we want to do." We're only voting yes because we want to get into the stuff beyond
I
the
was saying
marijuana.
yippee. You love weed.
Yeah.
Yippee.
I think if the end goal is to make money, there are much better options than weed. If the
Like
end
what?
goal is
No, that's the hang up I have. I'm not saying this to be confrontational either. I'm just saying this because I don't know what else is making money.
He was not part of that conversation, Lance.
okay, it would be
He was not a part of
moonshine. There's loans we potentially discussed as well.
Loans?
Car
To who?
tapping.
Like he wants to give. Okay, we'll get into that.
We'll get
He
into
wants
that
to.
in a
He
bit.
wants to give cops loans for their cars, as well as just civilians loans for cars and stuff like that. And then moonshine is decent for money. For me, I'm voting yes purely because I want to progress further than marijuana. And secondly, it's not going to change my opinion of shine. I still want to go all in on shine.
Yeah, and I would vote yes because although I don't see myself dealing weed, it's too risky for me personally. If I have other irons in the fire, I don't think there's any point in stopping Barnes or anyone else from being able to as a club rule. I don't think
Or
we're
like
accomplishing
Luca,
anything.
when Luca's
Yeah.
around, like Luca wanted to be involved, or like if Barnes wants to be involved. And like for me, like, am I gonna be the guy that hands off the weed to the guy sitting there waiting? Probably not, but I don't mind being in the car ready to fucking hit somebody if I gotta fucking hit somebody.
Exactly.
Or drive, like,
Opens up opportunities.
and it doesn't come down to what your personal preference may be in the matter. It's are you against the club patch members getting into it?
Yes, that's why I'm voting no.
Okay, well, I think we understand each other's point and we just don't agree. I vote yes.
Yeah.
We just wanted to make sure we understood. Lance.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the
really
primary
what it's coming
thing. I just
down
want to make sure I'm...
Yes.
Yeah, I vote yes.
All right, Barnes.
I sort of want to vote no.
For the same reasons as Lance?
That and also it just.
You gotta speak up, brother.
Oh, this guy.
I'm not fucking with you.
Serious.
I'm
He's
serious.
dead serious.
It's hard to hear you, and I'm...
I don't. It seems like you just do so much work for it, and you don't get a whole lot out of it. And
Yeah, but
also,
are
know,
you
just-
personally going to do it? That's not the question.
No.
Are you okay with other members of the club doing it?
Are we paying their fine?
No.
Okay.
We're only for club stuff we pay fines. Like if we're doing stuff as a club. If I mean maybe I'm wrong on this, but if I don't know, if Luca goes out and deals weed and gets busted by himself, we're not entitled to pay his fine. But if we're
But if 6 members of the club go out and go do it together, then yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for like I said, I see where like for me it purely comes down to progressing, and that's I mean I don't know how else to phrase it. So that's why
I just think the rule's archaic, and at this point, like with what we know and what we've done, why are we holding ourselves back if we haven't even done anything? We're like so afraid of what?
Yeah, that too.
I've been to prison. It's not the worst thing.
Well, it's pretty bad now. It's
I was
but...
I was gonna tell you, you were in that audit room. You heard who the new TOC chief is or whatever.
Yeah.
You can probably just walk out if you wanted to at this point.
All right, Barnes.
Then yeah.
Aurora.
Yeah.
Okay. And Willie.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5-1. We could still get input from the others, and if we really need to, we could fully rehash it. But I'm going to say it passes for now. We can retable this down the line.
Yep.
Okay. Rocco, you want to talk about moonshine since Owen wasn't part of that conversation? I think
I've done a little bit of moonshine with him, but I'm not sure what I just talked about tonight.
In short summary, moonshining right now, the best product will sell for $130 per battle, but what I can cook sells from $106 to $111. So that makes a single case worth about $880 to $900. And let's see, that's per case. And one case is created in 45 minutes per still. Last time I was cooking on like 14 stills at one time because I would just gather materials for hours, have plenty of material to cook and a disgusting amount of stills, and then just cook a ridiculous amount of moonshine. The following day, I would push that shit. I made about maybe close to $100,000 in 2.5 weeks just pushing moonshine pretty much on my own and with Luca. Occasionally, Luca would go and take some cases too. And Vern took maybe 6 cases, and collectively, I think we probably pushed, I don't know, I pushed probably like 40, 50 cases myself. This shit makes money. It's really easy to push. The only issue now is the cash don't show up, but robbers are out there like crazy. I got held up 5 times within 2 days. But that's probably because I'm doing the shit on my fucking own. And
Do
it's
you
an easy
know,
target.
has it been like the same group or is it just completely random?
They different groups. Reed Dankleaf robbed me once. I have had conversations with him since then. They have like a tax set up, so that way if you go pushing moonshine and sandy, if they pull up on you, if you have 6 bottles of dirty old water that you use to cook the shit with that you get from the source, they will not rob your money. They will just take the 6 bottles of water as a tax.
What are you paying that tax?
Pretty much, I just have anyone who rents. They just keep 6 bottles of water in them. Worst case scenario, you get robbed, you lose 6 bottles of water with your cash if you get robbed by another group, which has happened to me twice. But, you know, it's a risk that I think is worth taking. Because if they don't see you, then you keep that 6 bottles of water and they just cook that shit for another $880.
There's more of us around pushing it. We're gonna get robbed a lot less too.
So specifically with Reed and his group, I haven't really done much with him, but he's asked me legal advice off and on. Obviously, a few of us here have quite a bit of a history with good old Mr. Dankleaf. Is it just worth it just to pay the headache, pay the tax, or should I try to talk to him for like back scratches because like I'm doing stuff for him, maybe cut you a break, like that kind of shit, or is it just not worth it?
We could do that. I mean, last time I saw him, I used my lockpick to get him a car because he woke up with a broken leg in his house in Sandy.
Wait, what does Reed tax?
He taxes you on moonshine runs. He taxes 6 old murky water, which you use to cook moonshine with.
So what I'm asking is obviously, you know, I'm not saying that I'm building up like credit with Reed or anything, right? But in your opinion, you know, as the one who's mainly been doing this, Rocco, is this worth a conversation, or is it better to have this like, hey, I've been helping Reed with legal stuff in my back pocket for something else, like something bigger, something that might be more of a headache down the line?
I think a conversation's worth it. I think bringing them together, him, McGregor, and whoever else that he runs with, and just, saying, hey, these are all my people that are going to be running. Let's fucking set up, some type of, instead of having this, because if we're getting robbed on the side and losing that water, it's just wasted water, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it's just getting
I mean,
them
I
the
have a good
water
relationship
taxes
with
worth
Reed
doing.
as well, so
They just don't know me. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
we could
I
we
ain't
could
been
have some
around like
sort of
that.
conversation if you want to like try to set up something, Rocco. Maybe like you, whoever, and then whoever else wants to be around. But me and Lance could at least 100% be there. If Lance says he has a good
100%.
relationship, I have a good relationship with Reed.
And Luca has a really good relationship as well. Timings, They just
the local just opened it.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
But yeah, the money's in there. It's really good cash. And the only issue with the cash is you get dirty cash, which we can then run through our fucking washing machines or run through the vanilla unicorn, lose a little bit there. And the fucking money runs are what's getting hit like crazy.
So what are money runs? This is something I don't know at all.
So now, when you take your dirty money and you wash it, it becomes washed cash, which I think I have here. I have some on me if you want to take a look at it. Instead of
I've
just a
seen it in
dirty
the
roll,
house.
yeah. So you just get that shit now, and you have to take that to. There's a guy at the motel, in the south side, pretty much down the street from Davis PD, and you have to take your cash there, which you don't have to have the cash on you, but you have to have the cash on you during the run. So you don't have to have it to start the run. So we could have somebody like a Molten and
Hand
Anthony,
off
we're
the
taking
cash?
them out, hand the cash off to somebody,
Okay.
exactly. And the way the money run works is you can take up to $21,000 at a time, and each drop-off has $3,000 worth of cash bands you can buy at the business. So if it's Grove Street gas station, you just pull up, you run inside with your $3,000 of washed cash annual, you hand it over to the fucking guy at the counter, and you grab yourself a $3,000 bond, and you run out to your car and drive off. You're given a stolen ballista, which is very fast. It has a sequential throttle or whatever, when you don't have to hit the fucking clutch.
No clutch, but you have to shift.
Yeah, you have to shift, but there's no clutch. So it's a really fast car, and it's really easy to drive. I don't think the cops catch you on that shit, but people are robbing people all over for that. You're dropping off at like the 3 Hawick banks, the 2 Harmony Bank area.
Are
like
the police even like showing up to those, or is it just if
they
they do,
do.
you outrun them?
They do, and you
Yeah.
just outrun them instantly.
I got caught for that once for joyriding.
You just blast them basically, like highway blast them.
Yeah, you could just go in a straight lane or whatever, and then just take a real quick corner because the car turns really fucking well. It's
So
a good
Vern, you said it
turning
was
car.
just joyriding?
Well, they didn't know what cleaning cash was. I don't know if they know still
So
or
this
not.
was like very early that they got you
Yeah.
doing it.
This
Yeah,
was
they
weeks
may
ago.
know now.
What charge? I mean, you're the head of bar council, man. What charge do you think would fit for cleaning money?
Possibly having the dirty money charge, if that's a thing. Yeah, let's see. Possession of dirty money is still a thing. If they're trying to connect it to that, you would need more than 15 grand on you, though. The joyriding, the fleeing charges. Let me see. At any process, are you doing something with like the Group 6
Nope.
workers, or okay?
You literally run up to the desk of like a.
Sorry, Annie.
My place was
Lee
the
just sent me to the ringer this week.
gas station front desk.
I gotta take a few days off.
But it could be
traded
banks
out money
too.
orders.
Hope my heart goes
and,
out
yeah,
to
It
you.
can be banks as well.
Grinding.
Gave me some money orders, and then I walked outside, and as soon as I got in my car, I was boxed in by 3 police cars at the gas station. So if I tried to move, we were all blowing up. So I said, "Fuck it."
I would just
Say, if
say-
you just got a joyriding charge, I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah, if they
Yeah, I
confiscate
would just say
everything they have.
maybe dirty money, because the bans of no
They-
charge is still a 0-0, so that might just be a confiscation.
They did take the wash cash and the bonds.
Wow.
They said they didn't know what it was for. They're going to use it for an investigation. Apparently, they don't know where it is. So
How
or Willie
long?
said
How long ago was this?
They don't know where it is.
Well, Willie said they didn't put it in the documentation of the report.
Oh, so they just fingered it. How? When was this?
They
do you
just
know?
steal it.
Oh,
These officers
I
didn't put
care.
anything in the report about his possessions, but they
I was
took.
gonna say, can you sue him for that?
I was gonna say you could try to get it back, but
I
it's been a
actually have
month.
news on these money runs. Our Swedish friend is running around with a Southside crew, Forehead and Ming, and they have a service where they charge 15%, and then they take 15 and give us all the money, and they don't get robbed apparently. Because
I think 15% is like the going rate for most people. So yeah, that's not bad at all. I think
Yeah.
Aaron from the HOA does the same.
yeah, so we have options if we can't do that, or if we keep getting.
But I think at least trying it a few times with a few different because I mean at the end of the day, if there is somebody that ends up really enjoying like that process, I mean, easily could do that for other people as well, like these other
Yeah.
guys are doing.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's options out there if we
Don't
end
wanna
up
do it
not being able to do it.
So that there's the cleaning of the money, there's the moonshine. Is there anything else besides like the weed stuff?
I mean, if we're talking about straight money making loans on the legal side,
I
but
think we're talking crime.
no crime.
Tapping
we go-
cars.
Yep, which is all that one I know.
I mean, there's past the crypto stuff. Apparently, robberies of like laundromats and shit like that. But I genuinely know nothing about it. I saw a bunch of cops out front of one in Rocco saying people are robbing.
I was doing a
them.
ride along and I saw a cash advance place get knocked over, like a robbery.
Okay.
So there's different colored USBs that are getting out into the fucking streets. Purple, orange. I think there was a blue one and some other color. And I think they correlate to the different cash advance places and shit. And I'm pretty sure
What's
you
the
have to
smoke?
hit the laundromat to get the USB and then hit another place after that type shit.
Okay.
And from what I hear, hitting the laundromat is similar to what robbing a bank was back in the day. You get like a ridiculous amount of capper spans. You have to have a hostage. There's someone hacking something in the back with that little chip yellow USB thing that we can buy off the drone app on the computer. And then there's the ammunitions are more like a smash and grab. They said it was similar to hitting a jewelry store back in the day. Just going in, fucking hitting that shit quick and getting out as fast as you can. And they said they only had like maybe 2 caps on them when they hit the ammunition, but they hit 7 caps show up to the laundromat.
Well, if it was a smash and grab, they may have just gotten lucky and gotten out of there before a response.
That's possible too. So gun parts obviously from the ammunition, a lot of cash, and potentially those different colored USBs from the laundromat. Not confirmed about the USBs, but people are starting to sell these different USBs out there and Twitter. Naturally.
Expensive or no?
No idea. I'm assuming. I didn't call nobody about them. I just, I don't like to put it out there that I'm looking into this shit.
Yeah. Maybe that's a Clyde thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that does sound like a good thing for Clyde. Okay. So as far as like, I think, like I believe it was Willie that said we probably have about $250,000 to kind of like put into shit. Do we? I know, Rocco, you seem to think like just doing sanitation is the best direction for materials, but would you not think that like putting money into circuit boards or
I definitely think we could to jumpstart the process. It would
or
save
into
us
the
time.
GPUs? We could just skip the circuit boards and go for the GPUs.
And banging the circuit boards would be better. The GPUs are going to be more expensive, I think. Making the GPUs is probably cheaper than banging them straight up.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna say, for me, I think 100%. At least the thing that I 100% want to try out fully is the moonshine process. And the way that it sounds is that's also the best moneymaker. I think that probably would be something, at least a good portion. I mean, I have about 20,000 club money on me that I got to give over to Aurora and everything like that. But at least like putting money in to shit, I personally think Moonshine sounds the best so far. Doing the weed just to progress, and then putting money into Moonshine, and then
The thing about Moonshine is we don't really have to put money into it aside from a distillery. Once
buying the distilleries, though, correct?
Yeah, but the distillery will last like a
Yeah.
week. So you do that, you got $4,000 a week.
Right, but you're gonna need to put money up front, though.
Talking to myself, I had a headache for like 2 days, and I'm
Do you have any like
worried
good
about
ideas on locations for that stuff?
I have a very good spot that a friend of mine showed that he only showed to me, and it's very tight-lipped. It's very good. It's a parkour type jump onto a roof from this fucking little, ledge, one of those type of things. I can show a couple people at a time. I showed Barnes last night, and I think he could agree that it's a really good spot for hiding shit.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. If we try with lockpick, and then Owen, you weren't present for this. I really like the idea of going out onto that island and putting like 16 things, like 16 to 20 distilleries on an island, and just
I
taking
don't think
trips
other
with the
people
boat.
are thinking about that. A lot of money to risk.
We could try. We could go. I think we could go out there and look and see. If
Yeah,
there
I
is
think putting down 2 or something. If we go look, if there's nothing, put down 2 and shit. If after like a few days they're still there, then invest more. Man, I'm so weary of like putting down anything after the car part shit. It just feels like people are grid searching the entire island. It's like tough to find locations.
Also, crazy idea to put for putting distilleries, but people might not know about this one. But you know the cave off of Tongva Drive?
Yep.
The one that's like a hole that's tucked away.
Yep. I thought about that one too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
Owen
what else.
Poopson. Who the
Apparently only
fuck
can fit a
is
few in
that?
there though. And
Yeah.
this spot I am thinking about, and I showed Justin last night. I don't know if Justin's really deep in fat over there or what, but how many distilleries you think we could take away in the spot I showed you last night, the kitchen?
At least 20. Now, if you want to be like extremely safe, probably 15 maybe.
So
And that's
two
being
things-
safe.
Yeah, two things: the smoke and the potential to catch fire, and die.
No, it's all good.
I will show you guys the spot, a small group at a time, if you guys want to go and confirm that when we do go down that path. I think it's a good spot, but we shouldn't go in a giant group because you don't want everybody to see.
Who
this
showed
giant
you
group.
the spot though?
The guy's name is Fraggy. Is his nickname. His real name is Desmond. He's from the sewer people group, and he's just kind of a little bit of a crackhead. He kind of like just digs around the city looking for shit like that.
He's a
That
grid
would be
searcher.
my worry.
He's one of the people fucking searching the island bit by bit, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that would be my only worry with that. Would be while it is a really good spot, if that's somebody that knows about it, if they check that spot again,
Yeah, but they're not gonna fuck me over.
Yeah, worst
And
comes
they're
to
gonna
worst,
There's
they
someone
just
that-
use them, right? They don't. This guy isn't gonna go kick your shit over.
No,
Yeah,
he's
they're
not
one
that
of
kind of
Rocco's
person.
homies.
It's somebody I became very close with while everybody was away. I spent a long time in the sewers just fucking making moonshine. And this guy was very kind enough to show me the best spot to pick and tried to teach me how to moonshine and shit like that. So I became, very good friends with this guy.
Okay. And you're sure he hasn't shown anybody else?
I'm pretty much 95% sure that he told me that I'm the only person he's showing because, he wanted to cook there together.
Now, if a crate retails for about like $800 to $900, I mean, in theory, you could probably sell crates to other people too, right?
I have been doing that already. I sold 15 crates for $6,000 to somebody a couple days back. It's $400 a crate.
I think that's another idea. I think, I personally would like to, when I'm around or if I can't sleep, I'll go look around for different spots. I think having a few different, maybe mass, I guess for lack of better words, mass production spots and full selling the crates ourselves, as well as selling to other folk if we absolutely have to, type of thing. I personally would like to go very in on that. Also, seems like the biggest risk we're worried about is a fucking $5,000 fine and a felony. Like, that does not sound that bad.
Yeah, versus the weed shit, that's like a third of the price.
So as far as like group money, for me, I would be prioritize a lot of money to get into like a kickstart of like fully going into the moonshine stuff. Chipping in money for to get the computer stuff up and running like a little bit quicker. And then everything outside of that, I would hold off until either a cheap property up north or either the Humvee or some sort of car or motorcycle in the city for people that don't have motorcycles, or for a group car. I'm with Owen when I very much want to get either the Humvee, the Patriot Mil Spec, or the Squatty, like a group car.
Yeah, the Squatty only sits 2, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still
it has a
cool.
bed
Looks,
with like a couple
yeah, it
seats.
does look pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure you can sit 6 people or 4 in the back, 2 in the front.
Oh, can you? Alright,
know.
if you can
That's
do
where
that,
it's
that
at.
would be pretty wicked. We should look for one around Fort Zancudo and see if we can, pick it. And...
I could probably call Jaeger. Jaeger and I had squatties on Sanguine. So
Alright.
I'm certain you can have 2 in the back. I just don't know if it's 4. I think it's
I
at
think
least
it's
2.
4. I think it's 4.
Yeah.
I could be
At
wrong.
minimum, there's 4 seats, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, but there might be another 2 in the back. I just don't know that part.
So, is there anybody that's like, I guess, against moonshine or against putting money into the computer?
No.
Is there anybody that doesn't want any sort of involvement with the moonshine? Like, not at all? It seems pretty fucking low risk. I'm assuming Lance is an obvious he's not going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But it seems pretty low risk as well. And can you read out the charge one more time, Lance?
So there's 2 charges. There's a possession charge for the moonshine. That's straightforward. It's up to 15 misdemeanor. Above that, felony. Let me read you out the other one. Bootlegging. Anyone who is to be in the process of manufacturing, transporting, or selling moonshine. Examples would include constructive possession of a still, transportation of moonshine that is marked for delivery, or the proceeds of said delivery, so the cash, basically. So essentially, if you get caught with this, you are probably getting hit with the bootlegging charge, 45 months, $5,000, a possession of moonshine for whatever is left, plus any kind of fleeing charge or any other possessions you might have. All in, if you're doing like the full-on like fleeing and you're not possessing anything other than the bare minimum, you're probably looking at around $7,000 in fines if you get caught. I'd say 7 to 8.
Okay. Anybody
Yeah,
against being
not
involved
bad.
in that besides Lance? Okay. And the different process, essentially, Rocco, from what I understand, is picking things, which is that down in the sewer, or is it anywhere?
Yep, in the sewers only.
Okay, so picking things in the sewers, and then you take that, and what do you do with that?
I cook it, and I cook it into the moonshine. It takes 45 minutes.
That's at the distillery, correct?
That's at the distillery spots. So I'll need help with security and shit like that. And I can start going back into the research and development and get a better product made over time. But I think right now the product I make is good enough to make us good money, and we just make cash and cash.
I was gonna say that sounds pretty good.
I
Like
think
100 to 110 is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think that making $160 difference per case is really not that much difference for me to put in all the time and research to try to figure out the rest. I think we just push with what we get. and it's good.
Push what we got until we hear a recipe that's better than ours. Then we try that
So,
recipe out.
The recipe is
That's the thing.
kind of personal. I think it's
My recipe
There's a
is
personal
very
touch to
different.
it.
Yeah, like if I gave you my recipe, it would be a different quality than my recipe.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's just trial and error until it gets
Yeah,
better or worse.
pretty much what I do is I change. There's a 5-ingredient recipe that you have to change, and each ingredient slat has 10 options, and I have to go through those sliders one by one by one. So I have 50 cooks to do per fucking test to figure out, you know, which ones are all the average ones. Then I have to sell the average ones and figure out how much per battle those average ones sell for. Figure out which one is higher than my current average, and then use that new one to figure out the next new average. It sounds complicated because it is.
I want
Science,
nothing to
baby.
do with cooking.
I will cook. I don't mind cooking. We're already at a decent level of product. I can make a better product. I just don't care to go into the science for a little while. Let's just make some money.
I could work on the side and try to get a, good recipe down or something, whatever it's called.
I was
we
gonna
could
say
do
I
that,
wouldn't
too.
mind like fucking around with it once or twice, and if I don't get lucky, just I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. I think overall it's a pretty small investment, right? I mean, 10 distilleries is like what, 10K?
14 or 15, 16K maybe?
Yeah, that's not that much.
I think for like 20, we'll be around 30K, which is not that bad once we start like because I mean, let's say it's 20. That's what 20 crates an hour essentially.
I would say that one person picking consistently and spending their entirety of their time picking in the sewers can probably pump every 45 minutes 4 stills. So every person that's going to be down there picking, multiply that by 4 stills. That's how many stills we should pump at a time.
Yeah, so essentially breaking it down into like primarily one cook, and then a group of people that are mainly interested in picking, a group of people that are mainly interested in selling, and people could overlap pretty easily. I mean, 6 people going down to the sewers with like knives and shit, and picking, that doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, picking's pretty low key if like whatever this conflict blows over, you know. After you get, you know, used to the sewer, you don't have to really worry about anything.
Do you think it's best to like wait until this conflict fully blows over? I'm assuming to pick.
And
Honestly,
we could buy from people that are picking down there. There are people that just sell the fucking shit, and we will lose a large amount of our profit.
I think we should just pick. If we just have a large enough group and people know we're not think we're not associated with the people who fucked up the stills, then you know we should be good.
Yeah, as far as chain gang knows, I'm not involved in the kicking of their stills. The only person that kicked their stills was Cam, and he took 100% of the blame.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, as far as anybody else knows outside of this circle, I was not involved. So we're good. But for everyone in this circle, I was 100% involved, and I definitely kicked fucking 15 stills, and god damn did it feel good, baby. Fucking ram my ass, you motherfuckers.
My man.
Oh my god.
Anyways, continue on forward.
Yeah, I'd probably be willing to do picking, more so when I'm like up late at night, probably, and I'd be down to sell. That would be the two that I'd be willing to do.
I will pick and I will cook.
Okay.
I'll pick and sell.
Yeah, I was also gonna suggest like it's good that you already lined up that way. I was gonna suggest you probably shouldn't be selling if we have like a group that actually wants to sell, because that way there's just like that, a separate layer, essentially.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Anybody else interested in picking or selling? Willie,
don't
you
mind
seemed
doing
interested in like somewhat cooking.
Yeah, I could help pick, and I could try to experiment with cooking, in the meantime.
Good sell.
All right, Justin wants to purely sell.
If you're picking, you have to get used to the sewer, though. It's kind of hell. A couple hours of constantly bandaging yourself every time you're picking, or you could just sit there and.
How long does it take to get used to it?
hours.
So the guy down there, he's got like a little, little checklist for you. As long as you're down there for, about, let's say a C if you're going to school. He gives you a C, then you should be good.
Okay, you didn't bring up that you have to eat rats.
You don't have to.
You don't have to eat rats,
wrap
no.
condoms.
The condom bandages
Well,
are
I
really
won't
good.
wear a condom.
Okay.
Yeah, I will never wear a condom.
All right.
You just wrap them around your arm.
Yeah, like a tourniquet, you
Right,
just
use
stretch
condoms
it and you
around your
tie it
arm.
up.
Nope, not happening.
Okay, well,
And
just bring
it
a lot
might
of
be
bandages
used the
then.
most.
Let's look at the wrapper. Make sure it's not open. You know what? It'll be fine. Just bring a lot of bandages.
Getting used to the sewers also will be very good for those that want to get their fence reputation built, because you can just freely go down there and go sell your shit and not have to worry. One thing we didn't talk about so far,
Reputation
outside of the
mentions,
moonshine shit that could be
yes!
profitable,
Rep
is the
grinds,
jewelry rent.
yes!
Yeah, the pawn shop in the south side, you could run jewelry through, which you get by stealing car parts or air conditioning units and shit like that.
Dude, I need
All
like
your stolen
stand-up
goods
desk.
will
I've only been
sell
sitting for like an hour,
and
but
turn into
killing me.
jewelry, which you run through the pawn shop. There's 3 types of runs at the pawn shop. An easy, very low-key run.
The thing is,
You
I know I
take
wouldn't use a
200
stand-up
baxes,
desk. I just
You
wouldn't.
just put the backs down at a doorstep, and you get paid your cash. Pretty
would ship this
easy,
shit down
very low-key,
anyways.
just like moonshine. There's a medium run, which is, I think, 1,000 baxes. You go and take your baxes, I think, to just like different locations where there's people waiting for you. But these people might get a little aggressive, like the weed drop ass, and pull a knife or a gun and try to fucking kill your ass and take that jewelry from you. But you make more money per bax of jewelry. I think it's like 150% of what a normal rent would be worth. So a normal 200 rand is $1,500. So I'm assuming that a fucking 1,000 bax run is a lot of cash. Be 5 times plus 50%.
That sounds medium sounds like the play.
And then there's large runs, which you apparently people described it similar to, I don't know if you back in the day ever ran meth in large runs. But back in the day, apparently people used to run methamphetamine
Lying
in
down
a marked
desk, dude, I
car
get
that was
nothing
tracked by the
done.
police.
I'd just be nodding off.
Ooh, armored cars.
You guys remember
boosting,
that
let's
shit?
go.
Nonstop.
I remember responding to a tracked car.
All right. So
Yeah, it's probably
apparently
similar to that.
that shit is what the advanced, like, heavy runs for the jewelry are. You have to go, like, I guess you give him 1,500 baxes of jewelry, and he goes and gives them to somebody and sells them off, and you go and you hit the people he sold the jewelry to, and you take their fucking car, you kill off everybody who's there, and you yoink all that shit back, and you have to do some type of hacking in the car while you're driving away from the cops and losing the cops with that track. I don't know, some crazy
Holy
shit.
shit, that's epic.
So
That
Sounds
okay,
so
I'm
sick.
gonna be honest. Medium definitely sounds like the play.
create the match, but the 2,000 rand or whatever is like 200% payout or some shit, or 250%
This is
payout.
freaking
Tracked and then
Because
epic!
on your
crazy.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
But it could be a lot of money just to rent the medium jewelry.
I mean, do
rands.
cops actually catch people in it?
No clue.
Well, I was gonna say I think like so is it 1,500 or 2,000 boxes?
It's the medium was 1,500 baxes, I think, and the large was 2,000 maybe.
Okay,
or it's
originally you said
1,000 and
1,000 for the
15.
medium and then 15.
It may
for
be
the large.
maybe 1,000 and then 15. It's been a while since I've been down there.
Okay. To me, I think it would be like dipping the toe in, doing some of the mediums, and then like if we really want to, we could do like six of us try out the large one, and if it's something that we think we, like a once a week type of, you know what I mean, like occasionally, not super often.
Yeah,
how do
I
you
think
get
we
the
make
jewelry again?
gains. From chapping cars, from doing the roof running for the air conditioning units, stealing cash pallets and cash bags from Group 6, grain packages, but they're not worth the grain packages, to be honest. They're only like 3 jewelry and grain. The cash bags aren't worth a whole lot. The pallets are 25 or 30
It's
per.
roof running.
Roof renting, so you buy this $1,000 screwdriver from this guy in an alleyway. He gives you jabs to go run onto rooftops and steal air conditioning units. and there's security guards and those rooftops that you have to like knock them out or stab them or whatever the fuck, and then you gotta stay low and hack these fucking air conditioning units. I've tried it one time. I failed the hack. It's like a, what's the game that you said is like fucking Beguiled or something?
Beguiled, yeah.
It's like a colored sequence of a 5x5 square, and you have to tap, colored tiles that are touching. If there's 2 or more touching, you can eliminate them. Bejeweled? Candy Crush?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Bejeweled in Candy Crush.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all those fucking
You
games.
fucking Zoomers calling it fucking Candy Crush. That shit's Bejeweled.
Bejeweled?
You telling me that people are really that worried about their AC units getting shut off that they have like security on their AC?
Yeah, there's like a security and you have to hack
these
this.
are commercial AC ones.
Yeah, how much? They got a lot of free on.
You don't know
That's worth
this,
a ton of
Johnny,
money.
because you haven't been in the.
Yeah.
But like, meth heads are really fucking good at Bejeweled because of this. Like, don't even fuck with them.
There's tournaments even.
Yeah, they're like, they could solve a fucking level 1000 Candy Crush level in 10 seconds for the copper wire.
They're so worried that they have security guards with flashlights and fucking tasers and shit on the rooftops. That's how worried they are about people stealing their goddamn air conditioning units in this state.
Jeez.
And the alarm's going off, too.
I
Really,
will-
really loud.
Really loud. You hear it for like 4 blacks. It's crazy.
Jesus. Okay.
I will say the fine for this does not seem that bad. It's if I guess possessing stolen goods, I imagine that covers the HVAC
This is
as
so
well
funny.
as whatever these runs are that you're talking about. That's only $1,000. If they catch you selling it, tack on an extra 700.
Looking up the
and then
fines on
plus,
everything.
like other fleeing charges.
Actually, a huge advantage
So
to have.
I don't know. As far as profitability, I don't know. But if you get caught for one of these, assuming you're in a stolen car, you're probably only looking at $3K, $3,500.
That's not bad.
And from what I was told, it's kind of like one HVAC unit is similar to one piece of a car part, which one car part goes for, I think, 25 or 30 pieces per. A single piece of jewelry is $7 on the easy ran.
From a response perspective, it sounds like
It sounds like. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good. I was gonna say, like, so are these HVAC alarms and these taser securities appearing every time? Because if so, it sounds like the stolen goods would be a lot safer, shall we say, than the HVACs.
HVAC is just a way to get the stolen goods.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
So
then.
like you can either chap a car, or you can go steal HVAC, or you can
Gotcha.
go steal stuff from Group 6 workors.
Gotcha,
Their
gotcha,
cash
gotcha.
pallets, and then you get the jewelry, the stolen goods.
Okay.
I was gonna say I feel like correct me if I'm wrong here. I feel like if doing the jewelry runs is something that's enjoyable. I feel like there's probably a small market in buying jewelry secondhand.
Has anyone got a cigarette?
Yes, I specifically requested some.
Well, you asked for it, or you got one for me?
Yes. No, I got one for you
Okay.
because I asked for a pack because I needed some.
And yeah, there's definitely a market of people selling their jewelry, and there's definitely a market of people already buying jewelry too. Yeah, I always see people advertising for.
I wouldn't
buying
mind
jewelry.
trying one of the small runs and seeing if I like it, and then go from there.
Yeah, the small runs is exactly like doing a moonshine run, except instead of a battle of moonshine, you're dropping off a box of stolen goods.
Are you in a
Super easy.
stolen car? Or are you
Stolen car, which that's the difference, I guess, too. You're in a stolen vehicle.
moonshine? You're not.
Moonshine, you could take your own car. Like, we could buy a Sultan, and you could go around moonshine in a Sultan.
Urban Moonshine's literally after you drop the things off, he gives you a bottle, and you can give that bottle to anybody, and they could just go drop it off on the front porch. You get the money for it. It's
And
like,
the best way to run this moonshine is probably running like 40 cases up there, getting them all ready for delivery, and then bringing them back to the house and like sectioning out, like, in this corner I have all of my Harmony deliveries, in this corner is all of my Sandy Shores, in this corner is all of my Polito deliveries, sectioning it out like that. And then one runner takes all these battles over here that go to Polito,
or you just
and
send
they
the
might
whole
have
group
like
at once so you
16
don't get
battles
robbed.
that go, yeah, well, that too, but the runners, when they go do the ran, they take all of that one section at one time, and they have 16 battles that go to one house. So at that one drop off, they're making $1,700. You know.
If this plays into it all, not sure if you've all been caught up. It's been live for a couple weeks now. Don't know how aggressive the cops are with it, but vehicle asset forfeiture has been in play. It's similar to what we had back in the day with y'all remember like the vehicle strike system. It's basically that, but it's 3 strikes and you're out. If you commit a violent felony with your own personal vehicle, or if they could prove you had knowledge of it, at the 3rd strike, the state will be taking that from you, and they will be auctioning that shit off. I don't know how often the cops are catching people with their own cars in violent felonies, but yeah, if you're planning on like doing these runs in your own cars, do not get violent with it at all. And it's got to be a violent, yeah. So if you're like hitting a cop, or if you're like robbing people doing these runs, let's say even. Yeah, I would highly discourage you from using your own car in them. As an aside, that also might be an interesting thing like a month or so from now, maybe buying vehicle auctions on the cheap from seized cars, however that's going to work.
I think that is... I think like... yeah, I think buying... cars secondhand, especially if they're seized. I mean, if you can even transfer cars, but yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely an idea. Good. Do we still want to try to do loans? I'm all for it still.
I'm still all for it. I think that especially now, civilians, they may not need cars, but I think there's a real market for cops here who are going to need loans. And I think it builds up goodwill with the police force, which is never bad in the long term.
I'm a little, well, I feel like I have to say it, even though it probably is covered. But the only way this makes sense is if we can legally hold these people culpable with an ironclad document or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously it's Malton saying it, so I would expect that to be the case. And if not, I'd be surprised if you'd even suggest it. But yeah, I mean, it would be a shame to loan out 50 grand and never see it again type shit. So I suspect that's why he's going after cops and other people, because they can't just default on it and no paid judgment shit. I also suspect because his position in the government, he's pretty secure about the laws and stuff, but I would be totally opposed to this if we couldn't guarantee our money back, minimum.
So I was gonna say, and Lance, this might be what you're about to go into. Yep. We've done one, I believe one loan. We had a couple others lined up, and a judge, Lance had conversation with them, and this was before he was head of the bar, about if they sign an agreement and that agreement has a vehicle as collateral, we essentially sue them civilly and take that collateral. Now, obviously with the cop cars, that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, I would want to check on that before, because it would be different collateral in that
exactly.
case.
But as far as like personal loans to people, we were only doing it if they had collateral, Svensen. That was the only loans we were giving.
I'm down with that. I just, like I said, the first instinct everyone's gonna have is to fucking just default, because that's, I mean, a history lesson for those who didn't spend a lot of time around town in Los Santos back 5 years ago. But last time there was a loan company, everyone just defaulted right away and became millionaires because they just defaulted on all the loans nonstop. And that's a different situation in a lot of ways. But I don't expect people to change their tune because they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it is different fundamentally, I think a lot of fucking people are still just gonna try to default on it and just not pay because they got away with it last time, or they know a friend of a friend that became a millionaire in the first few months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I would specifically want to start with cops first, because they're much less likely to default. It's much more consistent. I will say I have yet to see anything in the legal courtroom of people not paying, so I don't know what would happen. However, I think the only concerns that we would have is, one, if they're buying government vehicles with it, we may not get those, so it'd have to be different collateral. But two, I almost guarantee that they won't let these people go into the negative. So it may be something where it's like, we could like force them to sell assets or garnish wage or something like that. But like just an extreme case, right? If they owe us $500K, but they only have like 100K in their bank account, I almost guarantee you the courts are going to say like, no, we're not sending this guy 400K in the negative. You're only getting 100K back, and that's our ruling,
which screws
right?
us because
Right.
But so I think what makes the most sense regarding this is started out I almost like intentionally have someone default, but for a very low amount.
I was gonna suggest that.
Have someone
Just
default
to see what
on
would
like
happen?
yeah, try to make precedent. Yeah,
okay,
force
fair
precedent
enough.
on it. If we can get someone a loan for like $2 or $3 grand, maybe even 5 at the most, that's an acceptable loss, I think, to figure out if this is profitable, and just fucking have them default, you know. And dude, honestly, I don't know how much trouble I'm getting for saying this, but what if we just fucking rig the court case? Like, I'm not saying like put Willie up there or some shit, risk his job. I'm just saying, what if Johnny Devine loans Justin Barnes 5 grand, and Justin Barnes said, "Fuck you, I'm not paying," and it went to court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's just because we're not risking anything in that sense, and we can see what the courts decide with 0 risk, and we could, I don't know if they're going to set precedent on a civil case, because precedent is a very it's a very like precise term, but we could just see what happens and how the court rules on it, and however it goes the first time, we can use that in later cases to be like, well, why wasn't that consistent with this case?
Yeah, I agree. I was going to suggest something similar where essentially giving a loan, a very small loan of like $2 grand, X amount of interest, they sign the paperwork, no collateral, and then they just don't pay. We have them sued civilly.
Or even
just
collateral.
to see what, I think
see.
without collateral, I think doing one first without and seeing where it goes.
I agree.
I
mean,
will
fuck it,
say-
sue me, man. You know what? You want to give me $2 grand and sue me? I don't give a shit. It's civil, you know. It's not gonna be held against me. Like, I'm down to go to court and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay. Fuck you. And if they make me pay $2 grand to Johnny Devine, then whatever, you know.
DOJ policy right now is that if it's not a docket case, well, even if it is, sorry, DOJ policy is that it's only precedent if the judge wants to take the step to make it precedent. However, there is like soft precedents, kind of like you all are saying, where it may not be like letter of the law,
Yeah,
but
but
in the
judges are
future,
gonna
you
look at
could
it and be like,
you could,
that's how
you
it
could
went last
reference
time.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, yep, yeah.
I think that's important. We should do that. I'm dead. I'm like, that's the one thing I'm actually certain about. If we want to get in the loans, we should just pave the way legally and just, you know, Aurora sues Divine or Johnny sues JT or whatever, just any combination.
I think giving a small loan to somebody that there's like people don't necessarily know we're super connected with too. Like, I feel like Justin Barnes probably flies under the record enough, flies under the radar enough. You get like a $2 grand loan, doesn't pay back, and then we set up a whole civil case.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, we're paying opposing lawyer fees. You know, like obviously Lance could represent Divine and whatever. You know, should do that. I mean, on the topic of legal systems, I applied for the Civilian Oversight Board. I don't know if y'all have seen that or care about that. My goals with that are pretty much nothing. This isn't going to be like my thing, right? Like, it's just a backup plan in case nothing really pans out, you know? Like, if nothing else, it's interesting to keep an eye on what's going on with the police department and have a role in the government politically. If I get caught and go to jail, I'm not bothered. I'll keep doing whatever I'm doing. It's not going to affect my decision making. Let's see if I get elected, which is, you know, who fucking knows, right?
Wow.
But that said, y'all should vote for me when that opens, because
I will say it is going to be a very rapid fire election. So I think that you know, if you talk to some people or you know, friends and blah 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 blah, I think this pool. I don't know about you guys, but I thought the voting for the mayoral pool was very small considering it's the first election. I think if you got
I was gonna say, I'll be like, it will literally be who happens to go into City Hall and vote.
In terms of total votes cast, yeah. So I
know
think,
when they're trying to do the vote.
That's what I was gonna say. It starts on
Sunday, I
it
think,
starts
right?
Saturday at
tomorrow.
7:30 and ends on Wednesday. It's such a strange time.
Well, if any of you can,
I recommended
just
that,
vote for me.
but-
I'm not.
If all of us here vote for you, you're probably getting in.
Yeah, because you just have to get top 8.
Also, name recognition, right?
Yeah.
I think I have way more name recognition.
Yeah,
than
top
anyone
8
else there.
shouldn't be that hard. Is there going to be even more than 8 people? Like, are 8 people even
it looks like
more
there's
than
about
8
12.
currently, yeah.
all said and done, like I said, I'm not trying to. This is not going to hinder me from doing club activities or whatever. I'm pretty sure if I get a felony, I'll be kicked off it. I'm not bothered about that. This is something.
Anything violent, even a misdemeanor, but yes.
I just think this is something to fucking do. But that said, I've never been the type to like fuck with civilians for no reason, so it shouldn't even come up. Yeah, crickets, man. So when you have the cricket
Hell
MP3
yeah.
file.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good though. I think
Worst
I mean,
case scenario, like nothing happens with it. Best case scenario, cops violate one of your rights and I get to fuck them over.
yeah. I mean, it sounds like they're holding on the money that Vern's owed back anyway. It's already one thing.
I mean, I fully expect this to be pretty much a big thing, a big nothing. Like I talked to the captains during the audit, and it seems like at most the Civilian Oversight Board is gonna be able to recommend punishment. And with 8 fucking people, it's gonna be a death by committee situation every fucking time.
I'll
at
take
least
it down to 5, but same thing.
whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
even 4 people is too many in my mind. It should be like a board of 3 or 2. It's too many fucking people for a recommendation. It's just not gonna pan out to anything important. But all said and done, being close to the government's never hurt us.
It got us 150K.
That's true. That's what I was thinking about. I probably negotiate a wage too.
So,
Speaking of which, do you need my 50K for anything? I don't know. I mean, if I get the bike, I'm not bothered. But after I don't know. Do we have a club funds? Who's got the club fund?
I mean, Aurora's basically holding the club money, but I
Which is how
think
much?
like I think a lot of it went into the bikes the day that we bought a bunch of bikes.
Yeah,
I don't
any?
know what.
We're at
I've
8
got
grand.
20. I've got 20 of it. And then we got what 20 in the house of cash probably.
Yeah.
So about like 50 with Aurora essentially,
All
and
right.
then it's spread out amongst other people's accounts like a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of money.
All right. Well, if anyone sees a bike for sale, or like, if anyone sees a chopper style bike for sale, even the Manchester Scout, I would definitely buy. Let me know. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna hold on to this for now. And let me know if it's
Yeah,
needed for
I'm trying to look
investment.
into transferring
also,
this shit too.
the Patriot mil spec in the squatty. Well, we talked about that just as like a club
Oh,
ride
Granger.
van.
Granger is another one, I think.
Nah.
Granger is an 8-seater, and it was like 20K, right, Willie?
It was like cheaper than that. It was
Yeah.
like, with tax, it was
cheap.
20.
The car is only
yeah.
25K.
I'm not
Car
against
cars
picking
are
up like
normal.
like we're a biker club. I'm not doing this fucking motor club shit, obvious, right? But we will need automobiles for transporting shit eventually, and it's
Yeah.
also more low key in a lot of situations. So
Well,
we
I
should
think
get
a car.
a club vehicle or two. I wouldn't be opposed to getting a cheap one as like a stopgap because we never know when these fucking Patriots might go up for sale. But I think theme of the club, I definitely want a Patriot mil spec first, and then maybe a squatty second. In that order.
Yeah, I would say Patriot.
Because that one's closed.
Patriot mil spec.
That's what I want mostly.
Yeah, I think a Patriot mil spec, a squatty. I would say a car kind of fits that vibe too.
I wouldn't mind a car as a
black out a
stopgap.
car.
Yeah.
I like car as Scott guy. It also blends in, if you're like up in the county a little bit.
Not as
And
noticeable.
then for me, like I said, I personally would like to see a Granger. Honestly, for me, it's just 8 seats for only 20K is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with bikes and shit, I don't know. I mean, we're not really worried about seats. We're worried about trunk capacity with the car. That's the main reason we want it.
True. I mean, I think trunk capacity at Granger is probably gonna have a decent amount too.
Yeah, probably.
It would be like a double.
Just let us. If any of y'all drop by Mosley's, I'm sure the Fawns will probably be the first to raise the flag, or Willie. But if y'all drop by and see any of those vehicles we mentioned up for sale, hit us up
Are they
so we can
selling
make a decision.
Camachos?
I didn't
I
see a
remember
Camacho
seeing
in
one.
there last time I looked.
Yeah. That's too bad. Camachos are good too.
Also, like a Contender is a pretty good. You know what a Contender looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bigger pickup truck.
Yeah, that'd be
Bison
sick.
looks pretty good too.
Or Guardian, but whatever. I mean, basically, I'm sure what'll happen is it'll be a restock situation, not, hey, this car is available. So just, raise the flag on a restock, I guess.
Yeah. As far as club funds, I do want to hang on to money in case, I need to buy some cars on the fly or
Yeah.
bikes. But I could probably pitch in like 20K right now.
I'm gonna give like basically all of the money I have over Aurora just to have it all in one count.
I mean, that's a general question. Is do we want to hand over just for a general sense, or do we want to each kind of keep it spread out for now for like cars, loans, etc. You know, the other activities that we've discussed here.
I don't think there's any problem having a decent amount of it spread out.
Okay.
I mean, I think just having people readily available to be able to just grab those cars and hand out money where it's necessary to grab cars and motorcycles and stuff like that, as well as to pump it in distilleries.
I think since Willie is completely clean as a judge, it doesn't matter how much he holds, because that's like the main point. But if anyone is like worried about getting caught for something and wants to kick money up so they don't get subpoenaed, that's the important part.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to keep my personal money to as lower as like low on the low end. I'll probably like let Aurora and Willie, people like that, hold it, or have it in cash in a barrel at the house. Who doesn't have access to the house? And if you want access to the house, say state IDs.
Yeah, I'll take access just in case. 3459.
It's only $2,000 for a key, so if you want a key as well, we're gonna cut you a key.
Yeah, I'll get a key later on. So I need to. You give me access, I go buy it, or you got to be with me.
When you have access, you can pretty much just if somebody else opens the house, you have access to everything inside essentially.
Got it.
But if we, but for you to obviously get in on your own, you're gonna have to get a copy of the key.
All right.
Nah,
Can I make my own copy, or you gotta make one for me and give it to me?
Just
anyone with
copy
anyone with a
yeah.
key could make it.
All right. We can do that later on.
I'm always gonna be around Fawns and Burns, so I don't need one.
You don't need a key, but do you want access to the house though? Like, so when you go to the house, you access the computer and the storage, or you don't?
Oh yeah, sure. So I can help them get stuff out, but I don't need a key.
What's your state ID?
Thompson.
State ID.
Andy.
Oh, I thought you said
your
surname. I'm
state
sorry.
ID.
I was like,
Yeah, they
you know
ran out of
my
numbers,
last
huh?
name.
That's crazy.
1803.
Okay.
Barnes, do you want access?
Sure.
What's your state ID?
1969.
All right, everybody else should be good. Lance, you don't want access, I'm assuming?
Nope, not right now.
Oh, Clem needs to.
Yeah, what's Clem's state ID? Does anybody know?
She doesn't have a profile. I tried looking her up.
What's her last name?
You ain't got one, man. You don't trust Lance?
I tried looking up Clem and Clementine, or I didn't see anything.
I'm 90% sure it's Clementine.
All right, well, we'll get that later.
You just text Luca. He has it for sure.
Or just text Clem.
I don't have her number. That's fine.
I'll text Clem. I texted Clem's state ID. So. Did anybody else that needs a state ID? Anybody know? Okay. So it's like I said, this got thrown out a while ago with the idea for like weed and stuff. Is this still something we'd be interested in if like a cheap house, like a trailer or something came up for sale up north? Just grabbing it, putting in somebody's name like Clyde that doesn't give a shit, and just running a bunch of shit out of there?
Yeah, we need a trap house.
I will say the only thing that I think should be noted is it's not quite what we thought. These things, even though they're appreciating in value when they sell, from a recent court case, it turns out when you sell it, you only get half of the current market value. So it is
That's for the best, though, honestly. I don't want real estate.
It's definitely a long-term investment. Yeah.
I want people just buying houses just to fucking flip them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only thing is if you want to put money in it, I agree. It's a good idea. It also helps build those connections up north that we've been talking about, JD, since like the beginning. But you ain't getting that money back anytime soon. That's the only thing.
If that's the case, Aurora, you're the treasurer. We should probably start building club funds. So I don't know if you want to start collecting weekly. It doesn't have to be a huge amount.
But what's the point of what are we getting out of a house up there?
Place to store things that
Extra
are not
stu-
so.
Is it just a shorter drive than the one we got now, or is this something
So,
different?
so I originally, and this is why I wanted to re-bring it up, is originally the idea came up of buying a second house and basically just having like all of the drug-related stuff, all of that shit in that place, and have it be like in somebody's name that we really don't give a shit about, and kind of use it as like an area to like sell shit out of and to be fast and loose with it. That was essentially, if I remember correctly. So have another house.
Keep the
people
one
don't
down
care as
here
much.
clean, like more secretive in and
Okay,
out. The other one is
Not
just hot as
surrounded by
hell.
so many people, yeah.
Yeah, the idea was.
I'm down with that, but that's gonna be a while. Like that,
Yeah,
that
I
kind of seems like
agree.
a luxury. I mean,
I agree.
I mean, I guess as a road captain, I gotta say this: we do gotta get members' bikes. Like,
Yeah.
that's gotta be priority for the current situation. You know, like even the prospects gotta get bikes now. You know, I don't want, it's just is what it is. We need bikes, and we need a club run vehicle. But then I think after that, I'm willing to prioritize the house. Sounds good.
Well, we've got a storage vehicle already. A lot of us have bikes. How many
need to
bikes
wait
are we missing?
anyway.
I think
I don't have one.
I think we're missing like 4 or 5 bikes, though, to be honest. I mean,
4 or 5.
Barnes doesn't have one, right? Or does he?
Yeah, I don't have one.
So I think who has one? Raise your hand if you got one. Yeah, so we're in this circle. We're missing four bikes plus Raven.
Plus Luke. Luke
Clyde.
has
Does
one,
Clyde
right?
got one?
Yeah, Luca does not have a bike. No,
We need
Luca
to get
has
Luca a bike
Gwendol.
ASAP,
Yeah, we
man.
do.
He deserves one. You should probably give him yours, Johnny, if it's not going to go to me because it's not going to work out or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we got like 4 or 5 bikes with Raven, Luca, myself, Clem, Clyde, whatever. So that's got to be priority number 1 in terms of like club funds. Then we also should keep a buffer on like fines and shit, because eventually someone's gonna get nailed for something, and especially the fines. Like, no offense, but like, you're the one doing the most, and if you get fucked over, and we can't even support you, what are we even doing as a club?
Agreed.
That's fair.
If we're gonna have a funding spread out, here's gonna be my suggestion. I know ideally, like, Aurora's the treasurer, she'd hold all the money, but we want to have funds spread out just because of how the cars work and stuff like that. My thought process is, I can see what you guys think. I have a notebook on me. I've written club funds on it. I'm gonna give it to Aurora, but I just want to kind of like track how much money we actually have, how much of it we're gonna consider club money, and then the rest of it you can consider personal. So, like, for example, me, I have 21,000. I'm gonna consider 15 of it club, and I'll keep the rest of the 6. If that makes sense.
But you're just wanting us to record how much we're kicking up, basically, not like
Basically
what our
how much
totals are.
people are holding on of club money. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
That way, like, Aurora can easily track. We can easily track. That way, like, let's say Rocco does go to prison. Let's say he doesn't want to. Like, Rocco, you got like what, 200 fucking K. Let's say you don't want to hold up on that money. You get fined and you get put into the negative somehow. That way we know, okay, let's just cover the whole thing. We can easily cover it because we have enough money in the club. Or if people need bikes, let's say it's somebody like Raven. Raven can't buy his own bike, so we're just going to give him money out of the club money. So I've got 15K club money. I think in the house, in a barrel. Also, I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. Keeping it in the barrel, you know, having a barrel just full of fucking cash is not a bad idea.
Like,
because that way everybody,
barrel, a fucking pirate ship.
everybody around the clock could access that money to buy bikes.
Yeah.
Can we hide the barrel, please? Just like, you know.
So we need something to hide it in. We have nothing.
Whoa, hold up! I was gonna say, like, correct me if I'm wrong. This is me more so asking, and Rocco, you might know the best. You can only access the barrels if you have access to the panel, right?
You have to have the furniture access.
You have to have the key as well.
You need to have a key and furniture access.
Yes, you have to have both the furniture access and the key. If you don't have the key on you, you don't have access to the furniture.
I think leaving some money, if that's the
you
case,
can use the access the bench, but you can't access the barrel.
I think if that's the case, leaving some money in there for emergencies, accessible by anybody, is good. Because like, there's an opportunity that comes by. It's you know, we don't want to be like, yo, Aurora, drop everything, we need you, or Johnny, drop everything, because that's just not realistic sometimes.
I think
kind of get moldy if it's left around too long, though.
It does.
We
could
gotta make
just
sure we pick
fucking-
it up and
we could just
wash it out at the bank.
Actually launder it, like not this fucking bullshit with washing machines, but actually launder it.
Yeah.
Deposit it, take it back out. You know.
I would not be opposed to keeping 50K in a barrel.
50K is a lot for us right now.
I'm going to
But-
be honest, but let's say like all of our money combined, we have $500,000. That's only like
That's what I'm
10%.
saying, but I'm down with it. You know, like
Yeah.
I can't. Unfortunately, I'm a broke ass who hasn't been grinding toe or anything. But I mean, I got 54K, but I'm trying to hold on to a lot of that so I can act on a bike or some shit. But I can pick up whatever extra I got.
Also, I was going to say, I know there's money in one of the barrels. Like we had about, I think, either 8 or 15K. It was like what 18K,
It's
19K.
all the wash cash. Are you talking about liquid cash?
No, there was actual cash there. Yeah.
And it all got put together into the van, then I just moved it into my account.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so I have about 15K that it's club money. Willie, how much? How much? No, wait, who's in my left? Barnes, how much money do you have, and how much are you considering club money that you have?
I've got 27K. I can give up 5K.
You're holding 5K for the club.
Yeah.
Okay. Aurora, how much do you have? Because I know you're pretty much
And the
only
count
holding.
7,500. Yeah, it's all club.
Willie,
70K.
how much do you give into the club?
That's the club money.
Okay, so you're giving up 70K and Barnes is giving up 5K. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can just not give up anything.
Fine. I mean,
I wanted to fuck with you, man.
I'm keeping 30 because I want to buy a car or help with a bike or something.
I mean,
Bikes are all like 10 to 20K.
I would consider any money you're putting towards a bike or the club or a car that would be used by the club money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna say. 50K. I got 54K. I'll call it 50K because I'm willing to spend all 50K on my bike and other bikes.
I've got 21K. I'm calling it 15K for the club because the other 6K is split between me and Aurora because her entire account goes towards the club. So
Yeah, okay. If that's the case, then you can put me down for 100. I literally only need like $2,000 to live.
and plus I'm gonna just tow whenever I need money for a living.
Yeah.
For the
All right.
match.
Fonz,
I got 190 grand in my bank account. I want to kick 40 grand for club fans. Then after that, I want to get us a Sultan for pushing moonshine if one comes through, and I want to get us money towards the car. So if the car
So
comes in,
40
I'll literally just buy it. I'll give you 40 grand cash or whatever after we link up after
No,
this.
you're holding out to this.
no, we're telling people to hold on to it. We're just saying.
Oh,
Like,
all right.
yeah, that way we can. That's the point. So
It's like separated in your head.
exactly.
So we
In my
know
head,
what's
the
available.
price of all that, all those things together is like 120 grand.
So 120K's club, 70K's personal.
Pretty
Anybody got
much.
food?
Yeah.
There's some in the trunk of the car outside if you want.
Yeah.
Is it unlocked?
Vern, how much do you have?
I've got, let's see, I've got 15K. We'll say 10K's for the club.
Ev?
I've got 7,800. If I can just keep the 800, then the 7K can be for the club.
Lance?
85 for the club.
Okay, I'm gonna do some math so you don't have to. Aurora.
I think so. I think if we were more active, Captain, there would be a reckoning on Lance one of these days that he's not committed enough. And I'm not saying that I don't think he is. I'm just saying in character, I can see how some of these characters would come to the conclusion Lance isn't committed enough to the club. But I can step back and say, OOC, I see what he's doing, and I think he is committed to the club on like a
Okay. We have
objective level.
$399,500.
Not bad.
Raven
Club
hasn't
money.
picked up his
Good.
welfare check yet.
Yippee!
So,
Yeah, I think you should just round up to 500K when Raven gets his welfare check.
400. I'm just gonna round it up to 400K.
Well, you don't think he has 100K waiting for him?
You think Raven has 100K?
How do you? I mean, he's got cancer, man.
I think he deserves it.
I wrote down as the total 400K plus 100K pending from Raven.
And how much do you think Luca's got? For Clyde. I mean, I could just ask him, but
Yeah, I
might be
mean,
a significant amount from Luca at least.
Yeah.
Maybe some. I don't know.
We could just add it later, but I like club funds as of March 8th is around 400K.
Yeah, there should also
with
be
no
like
personal
40. That's not counting the 40 grand that's splashed cash in the fucking trunk of the Speedo too.
I mean, and then
It just
I mean,
has
I
to
feel
get
like
worked.
I'm gonna actually give this to you. It's on the first page.
One
I feel
yippee
like
into the
taking
club
notes
funds.
of all that stuff is
Got
probably
it
gonna
at
be
the end.
pretty
On
good
you.
to just start tracking for later. Especially like a just so we at least have some sort of knowledge. I think about if we have about 400K, I think 50K is sitting in a barrel. It is good as like essentially a breaking case of emergency.
We need something
funding.
now, yeah.
Yeah, everybody will have access.
Sounds good.
Okay.
We should get some furniture storage, maybe. Like storage, actually, a box or a crate from the lumber union.
So explain what that is?
I
Like
don't
a
know.
lockable crate?
Can we put 50K in a barrel? Will it fit?
Yeah, I don't think 50 grand will fit in the barrel, no.
Oh,
So we're gonna need like something bigger. I'm thinking
Yeah.
a crate from the lumber union.
I heard about these. They sell giant crates for storage, Johnny. So we'll probably need one of those.
Just you should work that out with the weed
stores,
thing.
25
Push some weed
silver,
for
right?
him and get a fucking crate in return or some shit.
I don't think they're expensive. Right?
Yeah, but
These
like,
crates?
you know, fuck paying for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I
work
think
with him
we'll-
anyways, just
yeah,
asking for the
yeah.
crate on top of it. I'm not saying take the crate in lieu of payment. I'm just saying, be like, yeah,
Like,
we'll push your weed, but we want a crate too.
Yeah. All right, so loans on the table, collateral loans. Lance has a contract. If anybody has anybody that's interested, you can just start advertising, working out loans. We've got 400K to work with as far as vehicles, the moonshine stuff, any sort of future investments that I go.
Well, I
as
don't
far
think a
as
loan
loans.
goes out until we know how the court case goes.
Collateral loan.
I still, I'm. That's where I disagree. Maybe.
Okay, so that's kind of why I want to bring it back up then, because for
Yeah,
me,
I think even until we see, because what I'm worried about is enforcement. Like, like let's say there's like a couple situations, but like, option A, we sue somebody because they didn't pay, right? And the judge is like, all right, you have to give them your collateral. Now we have to flip fucking collateral, and it may not be worth what the market price is. You know, like, how do we determine what market price is? Let's say, you know, Lance is found. You know, there's a summary judgment on Lance Moulton to pay us 20 G's or whatever, right? He's got a Sultan that he bought, quote unquote, for 25 or whatever, right? But now we got to sell that, and like maybe it doesn't even sell for 25 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all kinds of like sticky shit with that. Where I'm kind of worried about maybe he wouldn't like. What's the enforcement like? How do we turn over the car? Like, are the judges going to order him to? And then if he doesn't, the cops come get him? Because, like, how certain do we feel the cops are actually going to show up and make him do it type shit? I don't feel very certain about that at all. Those cops can't fucking... I mean, to be honest with you, when I saw doing the audit thing, I feel zero confidence in 95% of those officers to show up when a civilian asks them to and do what a civilian, like, needs them to do, right? So, like, if it's up to a cop enforcement, I don't think we should fuck with collateral stuff until we see how it goes, basically. If it's just like a judge says type situation, and then it happens, the judge forces it to happen right then and there, I'm down for it. But if it's like, hey, if you don't do it within X days, then cops come and make you. I don't know, man. That's different. That's risky.
Lance, now you had conversations regarding loans, right?
Yep.
So what was it? Can you kind of like, I guess like
If it doesn't conflict with like anything in the penal code, if they sign to it, they agree to it. I brought up the example of fees for having to go to court. They said, yeah, that's fine. I brought up seizing the collateral in addition to, let's say the principal. They said this fine. They said if they agree to it, they agree to it. The only thing I am on the fence about is government vehicles, which that might be new territory. I want to clarify, and I highly doubt, just from a financial standpoint, they are going to let people get billed into the negative if we do have to go to collect. But that,
What do you think about like I said, like what do you think that's realistic? That like how do you think it goes down? Let's say a judge finds you guilty of non-payment or whatever the fuck, finds you liable, culpable, etc., and says you must pay. What's the mechanism for that? Like it's deducted from your account. That's the best case scenario. But if it's collateral, what does the judge transfer it on the spot? What what I'm saying?
Realistically, what I see would be happening is, assuming collateral is on the table, the judge gives a court order transfer. It kind of be similar to a subpoena in that case. If they don't want to comply to that, they sit in jail until they do. As far as financials, I imagine that the judge would be the middleman on that, right? They would bill the person and then they would pay the other. However, that's where I think they would check the account and they would not bill them into the negative. I think they would only take at most what is in their account.
So how about like as like a meet in the middle? How about we come up with a few different like questions? You bring it to Crane.
Yeah,
Like if
I
Crane
think,
says something,
I
then
think
it's
it's
gonna go
comfortable
as fast.
doing no loans over 10K until then.
It's been an ongoing discussion, and today it's been talked about a lot.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the fastest way to get these answers though is just to bring him a case. To be honest with you, so I think we should just actually fucking do that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think
let's
we
just do it right
100%.
now. Like, just fucking Lance.
I was gonna say the only thing is that case is gonna take weeks, Steven.
You could open
I
court.
think we should just do it though as soon as possible.
Do they still have open court?
Yes, they do. Yes, they
Oh.
do.
I think we should just have Lance represent Johnny against fucking Barnes like as soon as
And
possible.
then Willie takes the case, civil court right now.
Well, see, that's okay. Listen, I'm down for that, but I'm not putting Willie's job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my decision,
I was
right?
fucking around.
I think the first half of it, 100%. Second half, that's up to Willie. But I'm not saying I'm against it. If
Yeah,
Willie
we'll
wants to
save-
fucking rig it, he can do that.
We'll
I think
save
it
my
needs to be
corrupt
civil.
case until you guys kill someone or something.
That was the big
All right.
one.
Right, that makes sense. All right, Lance, you want to just like draft up a contract that's just $2,000, whatever.
Or $5,000, dude. Like, fucking, risk it.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is against Barnes. We know we're gonna get it back. We're gonna break his kneecap.
$5,000 with 25% interest. Don't put the legal fees in the contract. Well, actually, you want to see if I
Yeah,
mean,
you should do all of it real, just so we know.
Yeah, I'm doing like a 500 like open court collection fee basically is what.
I'll just give Barnes the money and then he'll pay you or whatever. So it doesn't matter. We'll get it all back.
I mean, 5K. Are they going to say that's small claims court?
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I don't want a 2K. I want it to be a significant amount.
Small claims goes up to 10, by the way.
We'll do 11. We can afford 11. We'll get it back.
Okay, so who's loaning who money?
Johnny loans Barnes 11K. You're the lawyer for Johnny, and Barnes is not represented.
we know collateral. You can call whatever interest rate you want. Call it whatever court fee you want.
So are we signing this and then you're all like just gonna try to bring it to open court in like 2 weeks or something?
You're the
or-
lawyer, but
Or however the process works.
whatever the process is, basically, as soon as possible. 'Cause
I
this
mean, we
is-
could have like a
this-
1 week repayment because it's a low amount, and then
Yeah.
go for. Okay.
I mean,
It's 11K. You say whatever amount of interest pays back.
and when it
you know,
goes to
on
court,
this
Barnes
date.
just has to say, "I'm not going to pay," like full stop.
Nope.
I'm
Not gonna pay. Not paying. Not
gonna
paying.
pay. Yeah.
Not paying. Idiot. Nope.
Exactly.
Nope. No paying. No paying.
I mean, I could work on that now if we have other things we gotta discuss.
It's just we do like the pay. Are we doing like an electronic contract? Or are we doing a paper one?
I think we do it through a notebook because that's how a lot of people work these days. That'll also, you know, not test that, but see how they'll rule legally on that too.
Do you have a notebook?
I have a notebook. Yeah, I'm gonna write it all out. I'm basically gonna be like tearing out the pages once I'm done with this.
All right, I'll sign it whenever.
How do you signify signatures on a notebook?
You just sign it, Owen.
I'll be fucking like that. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, kind of like it is. If we're gonna take it, we're gonna limit test here. I mean,
Yeah. No, I mean that's what I'm. This is what
we
we
should
want to
do
find
it on
out.
a notebook.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the reason why I would bring it up is I will say in the past I've recommended document or phone contract stuff, but I'll be honest, and I think this is like a general discussion within the DOJ possibly, but our phone app is not great. Like shit gets locked down so easily you can't edit it. Like everyone who's a lawyer prefers to work out of a notebook.
It's like an iOS downgrade or some shit. I remember you like fucking sign contracts on the old phone.
Right, but I mean, this is why I don't think Lance, I think this is the only worry is like, what's stopping Justin from going up there and testifying? I didn't sign that.
Well,
That'd
obviously,
be very
like
powerful
Lance.
At that point, if he signed it.
Yeah, but okay, but level with me. You know that someone's gonna do that. You know.
All right.
Oh,
someone's
that's
gonna do
100%
that.
happening.
That's the point I'm making.
Like we
You
can
know
say
that's
it's
gonna
powerful all
happen,
we
Lance.
want, but like be fucking
If you
for
don't trust
real.
the person to go through the phone app, then I don't know. That's my response to that.
Then we
Okay.
shouldn't loan anybody because I think
Right, I was
someone's-
gonna say then we need to do it through the phone app for all of it.
Yeah.
I would do it through the app.
All right, I'll do it through the app then.
All right. Do we have anything else, or I was gonna go rest and maybe start doing Sandy or go down in the sewers later tonight.
You got a big day
Rest
tomorrow,
or
right?
Sandy
What is that at
sewers?
2 p.m.?
Yep.
Big day tomorrow.
Big
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you up to, man?
Sieging.
Did you say you're
Sieging
resting?
the sewers?
Are you
Yeah.
saying you're resting or going to the sewers?
I'm gonna rest for a little bit and then.
And then come back later tonight?
Yeah.
Were you just like
Well, it's nighttime. I
adjusting
can't
to
do
it?
Sandy. Right, Fonz? We can't send in the Sandy now.
Yeah, we can't stand in the Sandy because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I gotta go rest.
what are you doing in the sewers? Are you just like trying to acclimatize yourself?
JD, what's your say? What's your say, JD?
10.
I didn't even hear you.
Something.
You said yeah?
Yeah.
10:55.
I might do that shit too. You know, build up some immune
Barnes,
system.
what's your state ID?
Who is a crowbar right now?
1969.
Not me.
Not me, but here's some bandages.
Okay, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna work on this. It may be something you know I'll like hit you up to sign it like tomorrow or something, but I'll share it with you so you should be able to see it on your phone once it's done.
No, we're just short.
But I also need to bounce here very very shortly, so you probably won't be able to sign it tonight, but tomorrow. Yeah.
Is there anything else like I mean we could just quickly branch this out. For me, I would say priority of club funds goes number 1, bikes still. Bikes and club vehicles. I would say.
Agreed.
I would say bike and club vehicle. Once we have one,
yeah.
we can relax on that.
2 would be like
Trap house.
Trap when available.
Yeah.
Like so trap out like a
Actually,
secondary house
2
when
would be
available.
guns. We need to get like something stored away. You know.
Is there illegal guns? Are there
I don't know.
scratched off guns?
I'm just saying.
Rocco?
Like wasn't
Damn,
Luca trying to
there-
steal a cop gun like a fucking month ago or something? Is anything a gun?
So the guns that are in the streets that are being made from the ammunition robberies are going to be Glocks. The guns that you can buy that are legal from the ammunition is a fucking 1911 45.
Jesus.
So I'm sure there's somebody out there that has access to making guns, but who the fuck knows who that is? You know what I mean? Could be anybody.
I don't care how desperate you are. I highly advise not fucking with cop guns right now. I think if you get caught for the robbery and the possession, it might be 2 years in jail and like 150K or something ridiculous.
Just tell them bridge your gun.
Jesus.
Yeah, what about an illegal gun that's not a cap gun?
I mean, I can just tell you what that is. Yeah.
It's a felony now, but I think it's the class 1 possession.
Just class 1 felony possession.
It's still up
that's it?
there, but it's not as bad. It's 35 months, 15K.
How long
for a
do
non-cop gun?
Do we have any idea like how long these guns are gonna last in storage? Like a week, a month, a year?
I heard the legal ones last a long time.
I can't remember for certain, but that sounds correct.
I mean, to be
That's why
blunt,
they're so expensive.
we're we need a gun to like have in storage somewhere people can access if they need it. It's like eventually it's gonna come up that like some fucker try some shit, and if what are we gonna do? Come back at him with fucking wrenches? You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have it on the radar that we have a club gun or something at minimum, if possible.
The bad thing is, I think these days, you need at least 2.
Well, everyone's got one type shit?
Yeah, certain crews are running around with multiple guns.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like shooting at fucking Chain Gang or Hydra or some shit. I'm saying like if Reed Dankley tries to fucking with the Fawns again, it'd be nice to have a get back situation instead of just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't think we need to like beef with like a major gang with gunfights and shit. But just having access to a piece to get our shit back would be nice. From like petty thieves, you know? Crackheads, etc.
All right, I would agree with that though. Number 2, a firearm. Number 3, a trap house if applicable. And then I would say like for the rest it would just be club projects, like the loans, like all the distilleries, like different money makers, basically pumping it back in to just like pump it up essentially.
That's a good order.
So what should we? I know we have that as our focus, but with the first focus being something we can't achieve right now, should we just focus on?
I personally would say moonshine would be the thing I want to.
I was gonna say, should we just go?
I'd say do the moonshine, start working out a deal with the to try the lumber. So Rocco, can we just go on? Can we go on the app and register that app whenever? Or
and which one, the HQ?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go to the house right now and get everybody's state IDs or whatever and attach it to the app. It's 1 crypto per person.
We've got enough.
And we have like 60 something, right?
Yeah, probably
we got 73 or 74.
So I was gonna say, if you wanna have that meeting and get some product, and once we have the product and we're ready to fully try that, we could put a couple people in the app and try it then, if that works.
All right. And as far as the moonshine, probably could get stills tonight and start pumping tomorrow or late night tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Are we looking to have, hands on deck starting tomorrow, or do we need a couple days still to
Well, weekends are a little bit spotty for me, but I'll probably be around late nights. Probably.
All right. So like
I'll probably be around late tonight as well. Like I'm probably gonna take a nap at some point here for an hour and a half, get some food in me, and I'll probably be back around late.
All right, then I'll start getting that shit set up tonight, and then get this weekend. I'll just pump and get shit put together, so that way come Monday, we get plenty of product for everyone to push. Because this shit can sit in a fucking trunk for weeks, and that go bad.
What about the ingredients?
Ingredients I have to cook pretty much same day.
Okay.
It's like 25 hours. So the water goes out in 25 hours. Everything else goes out in about 36 to 48. So you get more time out of everything but the water. The water has to be used pretty much same day.
Like, let's say that Willie and Owen want to go down to the sewers to just get used to the sewers. Like, there's no sense of them not picking, though, right? Like, they should probably pick while they do it, or no?
So, while you're down there, the longer you're down there, the less you're gonna feel hurting. But
yeah, we're trying to build
when you first go down there, it's really fucking rough, especially while you're picking, because you can cut up your hands. You can maybe get stabbed by a needle or something, hurt yourself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we should just go hang out for
literally just come and hang out and chat and fucking vibe with some
Next
people.
club meeting in the sewers.
Pretty much.
Maybe.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also pick though, like if you bring a lot of bandages, you know, just kind of balance it out. But for the most part, you
Yeah.
can just kind of sit and chill.
All right.
You know, bandage every so often.
And Fonz, you said you're making a crowbar. You could just leave that at the house somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy about 500 or so alloy tonight, and I'm gonna buy. I don't think we need metal laugh case. I think we got enough, and I'm gonna make like 2, maybe 3 crowbars. So that way, there's 1 or 2 at the house for people to use. One that I can have at all times, since I'll be going in and out a lot.
All right. I think that's the game plan.
And as far as the blueprint for the crowbar, it might get used up soon, but at 500 towing reputation, we get crowbar blueprints. So I'm at 417 or something like that. Hopefully by the time that we use these crowbars up, I will have gone through enough towing, and I will get us to have blueprints for that too. And we won't have to worry about crowbars ever again.
Does anyone need a lockpick now?
Yeah, I don't have one.
need one right now, but I could use one.
All right. There's 4 at the house. Actually, Johnny, you could just grab the one at the
Yeah,
house.
I'll grab it the one at the house.
They're in one of the barrels.
Okay.
So just grab whatever you guys need there, and I am. They're really cheap for me.
How? The automatics are like $9,000, right? To put an automatic in a bike.
Something like that.
That's
I
what
think I
Lionel
paid.
charged us.
Yeah, it was about that. Although I did no, because I bought my transmission stuff. Okay, you just threw in the yeah, it was $9,000. He's right for that.
The Fonz is a fucking grinder.
$9,000,
man.
and
He's
then
keeping us
I
in the
think you
game.
pay like
In a lot of
$3,500 if
ways.
you want a turbo in it.
It's
but-
relevant by
I
himself.
also have 2 turbos.
with his
if
knowledge
you guys want them.
and grind
Just sitting
set.
in the house.
Lance, questions for Crane regarding loans? I would say the questions you had, I would also make sure to ask. In the event somebody signs a contract, agrees to collateral, how does the party get the collateral? Does it get seized by the judge right then and there? Is it on the cops to enforce it? Like, they ask how the process.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go through the entire process with them. Although, I mean, Willie, but you said this is like an active discussion that's been going back and forth. Like other
Yeah.
people have already come forward with these questions, or
It was a big discussion today.
interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll next time I see him, I'll bring all this up.
All right. If there's any, do we have anything else?
Yeah. Everyone put your hands in. On 3, bastards. That's fine. You guys are not actually doing that, are you? No way.
Nice, man. Nice, man.
You guys, that's crazy.
You already started it. You can't
That's
stop it now.
fucking crazy. You guys are gonna
There's the
do
road
this.
captain. We have to follow you.
All right, let's do it.
man.
On 3.
We do
You have to do it again?
I didn't
Yes.
do it.
Motherfucker, this
I knew you too
motherfucker.
well. I knew you weren't gonna do it.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Bastards!
Bastards. Woo!
Johnny thinks he's too cool for us.
Now that we go on the yellow pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it up.
Bowser order. Take back what you said.
Which one?
One you just said.
Which yellow pages?
Figure out what you had to say.
I'm paying the 50 cents.
No. Owen, are you sticking around?
You want to talk? Yeah.
I'm probably gonna take like an hour or 2 before I come back around. I was gonna say you can have my bike though.
You know,
if I'm
that's
going.
not-
while I'm
let's
taking a
just
nap.
keep
Yeah,
going
I'll
down
drive
the
for a little bit.
line.
What do you want me to leave it?
You
Here?
just you can leave it here.
I'll
That's
leave it in the
fine.
paint
Go
booth.
on his
That way it's
line
not
then,
like
what the
fucked up.
hell?
Alright.
I don't know which one's Johnny. I think I'm the end here.
You only have keys to it, right? So if
Yep.
you want to
Oh, there we go.
It's just swapping their bike.
I have no fucking idea which bike it was,
I'm
Johnny.
gonna go put 10K in the barrel. Are we still doing that, or we'll talk about that later?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna grab 10K as well.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey,
Oh,
good man.
it is this one, I think.
All right.
Yeah, you give me keys.
All right, we're cool.
I changed the keybinds, but you can actually shift efficiently now.
Driving on, you like driving manual?
Get better at it. It just takes a
It's
few
such
minutes.
a pain in the
I
ass.
don't mind it, but it's just it's fucking. I gotta fuck with stuff to make it work, you know.
Yeah, fair.
Let's turn off the radio keybinds. Vehicle radios I'm looking for. That's actually probably a GTA 5 one, bro. Late. It didn't save? Oh man. We just made a change controls and I applied it last time. That should work now. That's fine, I don't care about the radio. Damn. Nah, this is on PlayStation 2. Yes. Why? I want you to bind this so bad. What the fuck broke? Oh my god. Oh my god, what the... Yes, continue. Recall those. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I want to... Bro, what the fuck? Okay, so I want to do this, continue, and then keybinds, and then no. That should be back where I want it to be now. So now I need to do radio wheel. Let's do like grid or something. Yes, okay. Is it gonna accept that? Alright, it's gonna accept that now. Damn, the queue is still not fucking right. I'm gonna fuck up Johnny's bike by not being able to drive it. It'd be sick. Kinda curious if I can even look at this guy. Nope. Purchase weapons. 35 grand, yeah. Damn. 50 for a knife. 250 for a magazine. 2,000 for a box of bullets. They really don't want guns in 3.0. Alright, well, it's good to know. I gotta figure out if I'm allowed to keep this weapons license before I buy anything. I think he's gonna ask about that. Mountain. Sharp stick. Damn, scroll wheel's still down to something. How productive was the meeting? Very, actually. In the event you're not trolling. In the event that's a genuine raid question, it was productive. That's still fucked up. These keybinds are so annoying. Roll wheel down. What is that doing? Why do that though? Oh, there it is. Nope. Fucking delete that. Out of there. I watched most of it, but I find it really hard to pay attention to most RP these days. Yeah, like that, huh? It's like that, huh, Rabe? Man, RP's tough. I think a lot of people have been kind of oversaturated by RP for the last few years. I'll hold it against you. And thank you for asking. Vote for Spider-Man. No, deleted. Let's turn that on. That guy's running against me. Deleted. Delete scene. Use bank. 50K from the state. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Ooh, wait, I got $6,400 from being on duty that couple days. Oh, I get 60 grand. I'm doing okay. I would check Mosley's, but I know the answer. It's just a waste of time. It's fucking right, dude. Fucking right. I'm gonna drive around for a little bit and try to learn how to shift on bikes, manuals. So basically, to explain the shifting, it's not visible to the viewer really. In the bottom left, there's a gear number. It's 4 right now, and you see the green bar as it fills up. That's my rev meter. Whenever it gets to the red, I basically want to shift up. And to shift, I have to press Q, which I just bounce, as my clutch. And then I scroll wheel up or down to shift. It's not super complicated, but while driving, it can be a little bit much. Question just hit me. Svensen hates the government, yet he's running for a governor position. Curious. Not governor, government position, as you meant, as a civilian oversight committee. And he explained it in the meeting, but basically, if there's gonna be people in the if you know, you ever see Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec? It's like that, right? If there's gonna be people in government and you're gonna hate them, why not let it be you? Why not be as useless as possible and hinder the government as much as possible? But I mean that in a kind of like joking way, but if the government's gonna be shit, it's better to be inside and shape how shit it is, if you can, than be the victim of the shit government with no power over it. That's it. Free money and info, exactly. There's literally no downside for Svensen. He has no criminal record, so we can run for it. I don't really see him getting a criminal record anytime soon, unless I get caught for moonshining or something, which, whatever, if that happens, that happens. I'm not going to be bothered by that. It's just like, maybe I get a paycheck from this, and I get to hold cops accountable. That's sick. I'm not. Getting caught for driving Joni's bike. I would never get caught on a motorcycle. It would be impossible. It would literally be impossible for me to get caught on a bike. I would simply just go through a tight alley and they would lose me instantly. So I have to like let off the gas, hold clutch. Well, let off gas, hold clutch, shift up. It's not that complicated, but man, does it feel that way. While also trying to dodge stuff and drive fast. My first car was a manual, but it was a fucking SUV. It's been years. I've had an automatic for like 10 years. Oh my god, this area chugs so hard. Look, I said I wouldn't, but I got nothing else going on. Driving around. Oh, fuck you. Deleted. You are not getting elected in city council, idiot. In car still. I think on the tier list of motorcycles, I could get anything out of these options. Yeah, sad days, but I think the Hexer's up there really high. Hexer's such a hot piece of garbage. I had the bagger on Sledge, and I didn't hate the bagger. When you take the bags off in this shroud, it looks pretty good, actually. I think the bagger would probably be ideal. The Damon's not bad, but it has the lost patch on the seat. I think I heard that the devs were going to take that off, but I just, you know, I'm not going to buy any bridges till I see them built type shit, you know. Sovereign's also kind of cool, not going to lie. Kind of a Sovereign fan. I think if we get a Sovereign, though, it's got to go to Raven. I just think that's such an old man motorcycle. I don't know what he'd even want, but that'd be funny as fuck. Vindicator, absolute shit. We'll never drive that. Have to kill me. Sanctus, too edgy. Could never do that. The ideal motorcycle, honestly, dude, I don't know. Maybe it's not MC enough for the purists. I'm a big Manchester Scout fan. It's a dirt bike, but it's got the military look, and you can like put ammo boxes on the side. I'm kind of a sucker for that. I think that fits Svensen. Crying about, Belle? Boy? What's my cat crying about? Come in. It's not very vocal. I don't know why he's yelling, yapping. I don't know. I think the Manchester would be really sick for Svensen because it fits the military thing and style, but it is a dirt bike, which is usually looked down upon in MCs. I don't know. I'll probably see how Johnny and Raven and Luca think. They'll probably be on board with it. So I think the Manchester would be ideal for me. Top tier. Number 1. And then probably the Bagger. And then probably like the Hexer. We probably won't even have the luxury of choice. We'll probably just have to take whatever the first one that comes up is. So I just have a bike of my own. I'm just hoping it's not like the Vindicator. Because this is... Oh my god. The Vindicator looks like such shit, man. Like, this might be the objectively the ugliest looking bike I've ever seen in-game or IRL. I live real close to a few different motorcycle stores. I drive by them sometimes. Like an Indian one and a Harley Davidson one and etc. They're like in the same town anyways. And man, there's some really good looking motorcycles, but this is shit. It does look like the Dread motorcycle, but the wheels are just so small, and I don't know, maybe that can be fixed, but... I wonder if Johnny already went to bed. I'm gonna call him and make him suggest that we make Raven get the ugly one. Dark Ranger. Yeah, a month ago. That's what I was thinking. It should be any day now, from what I heard. Alright, he went to bed. Nightblades look too cool. Could never put that in the shop. Tomorrow's like a big Rainbow Six Siege update, so I'm excited for that.
Nice motorcycle.
Thanks. I don't love the innovation. I think the chain going around the tire is kind of cringe. And the front isn't the best looking, but this, you know, as far as like the only bike available, this isn't too bad. Okay, you know what? Now that I've done it for like more than 5 minutes, I kind of fuck with the shift thing. I just think it'd be really annoying in like a chase where you're trying to coordinate stuff. I think that'd be really difficult. But I kind of fuck with the shifting mechanic now that I've done it a few times. So weird. My mouse is on the other monitor while I'm in GT. I've never seen that. What I do while I have access to a vehicle? I drive by the cash advance place and just scope it out because it knows that's a place that can be robbed. R6 update was on Tuesday, is it? I don't know. I heard someone talking about it. I haven't really played R6 in years until last week. I played like 1 or 2 games and had fun. It might be Tuesday. It sounds right to me. Why do all games patch on Tuesdays? That's kind of interesting. I wonder if they just decided that's like statistically the day that most people are working so they can have most downtime efficiently. Because like World of Warcraft, League has done a lot of Tuesdays. R6, I think Final Fantasy 14 does Tuesdays. I don't know. Plenty of time in the work week to work on issues. Well, that's a good point too. That's a very good point. You know, not to bring the server v server conversation up, but man, NoPixel feels a lot more lively. Like, there's just people everywhere you go, driving around in cars and shit. On Onyx, I feel like I never really see people driving around or anything. Like, I never see other people on the roads. Here I've seen like 1,000 cars and 15 blocks. I can tell they're players because like the lights are blacked out and the windows are broken and shit. Onyx bad. No. I probably will play Onyx soon. Can't be saying that shit. Cash. Coins to cash, money change, payday loans. Need ATM. Let's go police. 6 grand from payslips is nuts. Did you hit diamonds? No, dude. I got so tilted. I dropped to Emerald 2 and I started playing top lane for 2 games or 3 games. And I think I'm just Emerald 2 at like 67 LP. Like I'm not cratering yet, but I could see it happening. I gotta take a few days off and come back to it. I really want to hit diamond in solo queue this season. But I just gotta take a few days off. I gotta go back to my basics. Play Graves the way he was meant to be played. Back to jungle, I think. I think top lane is not for me. I think mid-season role swap is not the move. Crazy opinion, right? I think I continue playing jungle right now. And then in the next season, I can pick up top or something if I want to. What do you think about Meech's cop trying to take Let's Go Police? He did that? What? That's my thing. Why is he doing that? Why would Meech set out to hurt me like that? Why would Meech set out to hurt me? Why would he? Does he hate me? Meech and Owen 7 beef? Is this it? Payback for combos.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. You okay?
I'm great. Sorry, I got a hit on me, sir. Have a good one.
You got a hit on you? Fuck is with that guy? My cat just jumped in my lap. Come on, bro. Come on, boy. What does my boy want? Why are you in my lap? What do you want, boy? What does the boy want? Why are you in my lap right now? Can I help you? You lost? I'm gonna leave him there. This cat has really warmed up to me in the last year. I think I've had him 2 years, but in the last like 3 months, he's become so affectionate. I love this guy.
Can I help you?
Got me so quickly, huh?
Oh my god.
It's some
No,
vending
of
machine
course
food,
not.
but
No, I have something for you. Come here. Come over here. Come over
What?
here. Come here. Come, I have something that's better than that. Hang on.
oh, thanks.
Here.
How long was that sitting in your pocket?
What are you trying to say? I'm trying to be all nice and helpful.
Oh,
And
I appreciate it. Just wondering.
not very long. I just had somebody deliver that just in case somebody needed it, like yourself. But
How much do they charge for delivery?
I don't want to talk about that. You guys have to pay for repairs, so I did the food.
Is it a lot?
It's not. I mean, it can be. Yeah. Was it? They asked for 500 for a few combos the other night, and I didn't have 500, so I gave them what I had. What are you doing over here? You here to like help?
I was checking in, seeing what everyone's
Yeah?
up to. Just finishing business. I was gonna see if he was here.
I saw that you were running for the Civilian Oversight Committee.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Right. Well, I thought about it, but I don't think I had enough time. I'm gonna wait.
Can you as a dispatcher?
No, I would have to quit my job.
Oh,
That's kind of the point.
not about quitting your
Yeah.
job for it?
I would have to quit. Well, I did put in a notice.
You are quitting. What happened?
I talked to you guys, and I don't know. I mean, if when do you know when the audit report's gonna come out? I mean, if some
I turned over everything as of, I don't
some
know.
positive changes could be, I feel like I'm just like not making any headway. I guess I feel like I'm not helping in in an effective way. I don't know.
Sucks.
But if things can be put into practice, now we have a chief. I mean, I did speak to him, so I'm willing to reconsider 2 weeks and all that. But I just want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can to help, and I don't know that I'm right for it. I mean, shift 2, it's wild.
Yeah. As far as the audit report, I don't really know when if they're gonna release that. I suppose I could release my shit, but I
mean,
gave
it
it
was
to them.
embarrassing when you guys told me changes that had been made that I was recommending, like right there. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but anyway.
What do you mean?
Like you guys told me about the history part of the MDT. Oh, that was Willie. That was Willie and Malton. That wasn't you. Yeah, they told me about like things that I was recommending, and I felt kind of embarrassed because but I don't know. I just want to be doing better. I don't know how to do that.
What are you gonna do when you quit?
I mean, I did say that I would be interested in anything, to help the city in the civilian capacity. As far as like, they did talk about like PD social media, which I don't think anybody's in favor of. But, what else? There's like a real estate thing going on, and I do have experience in real estate, but I can't go off duty without either getting kidnapped or something happening to me. So I'm basically like stuck in here. I feel like.
Because of who you are, or because people are just kidnapping like crazy in general?
Half and half. I mean, I don't have the ability to make connections outside of this building in order, to have people around me. So it's just like me a lot of times. So it's frustrating.
You should approach the mayor and see if there's something you can do for his office, because it's a shame. You feel like chained to the building, you can't get anything done.
But I'm not. I mean, I kind of did it to myself because I'm paranoid now. After, like I said, like getting kidnapped like 3 times in the past month, and then I went somewhere like when I got off duty the other night. I had like an hour after duty, and I got like hit by the raiders. It's embarrassing. Like how many reports? People are starting to think that I'm just like making stuff up. I don't blame them.
There's no way
It
the
looks
cops
stupid.
they're saying that, or you just think
Well,
that they would think that?
they think that the reports look weird, and I agree because I'm not a good witness.
Oh.
I'm better at taking reports than giving.
Yeah.
It's just, but anyway, I'm not trying to like vent on you. I'm just saying. But yeah, do you need anything else? Like,
No, I was gonna stop in and see if I could talk to someone like the cops, but if they're busy, I might drop around the garage
let
and
me
see what they're up
look.
to.
Well, they are a bit. I think Mr. K is like circling the building apparently. So
Ooh.
things are
All right, I might head out then.
Officer York is in here. Officer Dugong is out that way. He's right out there. He's coming in over there.
Oh, well, hold on. I gotta yell at this guy. I'm sorry.
All
But I
right,
have
yeah,
to.
go ahead. Go ahead. That's why I was telling you. All right. Be safe though, okay?
Where is he? Damn, he's not out here. He's in the garage. Could have gotten the flop kill out of the way. Sneezing? You sneezing, boy? Okay? Bozo sneeze? Alright. Okay, champ. Yeah, he really ain't out here. Too bad. Alright, let's head out then. Free food! That was sick. She's so nice. Kinda sucks that she feels like she's not rewarded, because being a receptionist is such a fucking tough job on NoPixel. Like, even stepping back out of character, it's fucking tough, because, like, you don't, like she said, you're kind of chained to the building when you're doing that. You can't leave, and you're, like, your only RP is, like, people who are actively coming to you. Hopefully, even if she doesn't leave and do something different, she can, like, find some time away from the building. Without getting kidnapped. That fucking sucks, too. She's really nice. Giving away like $500 in food or whatever. Like 200, but whatever. Ooh! Smoked him. Just here now? Another one down there? Got some fucking attack boats, bro. Some fucking, what do they call them? Ribs. RHIBs. Rigid, something, inflatable boat. Rigid hull, inflatable boat. Perhaps. Dude, I'm gonna drown the bike if I don't be careful with that shit. Nerd. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I might do some more tow trucking. I don't know. Maybe not tonight. I didn't get much sleep. I was up at 1 p.m. Up until 1 p.m. today. And I pretty much woke up and rolled out of bed and realized that I was late for this meeting. But in my defense, they didn't set the meeting time until after I'd gone to bed. It is absurd there's a reverse gear on a bike, considering there is no actual reverse gear. You have to fucking back. Okay, you know what? After fully thinking about it, I do fuck with the gear system big time. I like it. It's fun. Makes driving more interesting. I'll leave his bike there. Come back for it. If I need to, if I get on later. My boy wants my attention, because I didn't give him any attention, I guess. He's attention deprived. So, a mini game with driving. It is. It is. I'm sure with like pursuits, it's a little fucking annoying. I used to like driving manual a lot. I think the way I think about it is if I have a car, like if I'm commuting on the in stop and go traffic, I want to kill myself on a stick shift. It is miserable. But if you're driving like on a highway or bendy roads or whatever, it's really fun having a stick. It's fun shift and stuff. It's actually interactive. But the thing about automatic is it's just better most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. It's convenient. The problem that I had with my manual, I had a Nissan Xterra when I was a kid. Or, well, when I turned 16, that's the first car I got. It was a Nissan Xterra, which I'm sure they don't even fucking make in Sweden and, like, Nordic countries. Finland, Norway, etc. I'm sure, I bet they don't even have it in Europe. Period. Let me see if I can find a picture. It is such a wacky looking car. Yep, there it is. Let's see. Yeah, right here. It's this car. I had one of these. It was a much earlier model than this one, but it's really notable because it has a stupid roof rack built in, and it has the rear handles like this. I did not have the window guards. That's what a Nissan Xterra looks like. I had one of these. It was like 2002, and it was manual. And that was my first car. I learned to drive manual and just drive on it in general. I liked it, but the big thing was it didn't have cruise control. It was no cruise control. And I drove that car from Arkansas to San Diego and back twice. And for those that are not American, or those that even are American but aren't familiar with the distance, that is like 2,000 fucking miles, by the way. It is miserable to drive that far without cruise control. I would not recommend it. It's really fucking miserable, dude. Let me look. I'm looking it up the distance right now. It is maybe not 2,000 miles. It is 1,500 miles. What's that in real measurements? 22 hours in the car. 22 hours straight. 22 hours of driving straight with that. 23 almost. It is totally miserable though. It is basically the distance from Moscow to Paris, I think. Let me look. The distance to Paris to Moscow is 2,800 kilometers. So it's about half that, I guess. It's about instead of Moscow, like maybe Minsk. Yeah. Okay. It's the difference between imagine Paris, France to Minsk, Belarus. That's how far it is. Rough, but it depends if the road is on all straights or farms. It's dead. Well, with a stick, it was on highways. It's almost exclusive of highways. But the nose cruise control really fucked me because it's just like my foot, my heel. I remember it was like I was much younger. I was like probably like 8 years younger than I am now. But the heel of my foot became numb repeatedly. It was so fucking annoying. Like because you have to hold in the pedal with your foot the entire time. It is so annoying. And the thing is, it's a fucking 2002, like, 3-liter SUV. So you have to hold down the pedal really far too. Like more than it's comfortable. You're like hyperextending your foot. I know it sounds like I'm complaining about nothing, but it was annoying. Wouldn't recommend it. Get a car with cruise control if you're gonna get a stick shift. Please, it'll save you. It'll save you years and years of pain. Or at least days. Alright, I'm gonna jump off RP. A good meeting. I think the gang is gonna be around later. That was a good 3-hour meeting or so. I gotta get my bike, dude. I gotta get a bike. I swear, man. The sooner I get my own bike on Svensen, the sooner I come around more. It's having a motorcycle like this makes it easy to drive around. Sure. Are you gonna stream later too? Probably not, because bro, I've been having the worst migraines recently. I do have a doctor's appointment in a week and a half, so I'm holding off to see what goes on with that. I think I've been getting really poor quality sleep, caffeine withdrawals, and the weather changes, so hopefully it's not a brain tumor. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. See ya. I don't know if anyone's streaming. Who can I raid? My boy Emu live still? My boy Emu live. He's not. John's on WWE though. You guys want to raid John? I'll leave it up to the viewer vote here for the raid. We got Kangaroo, the NoPixel Australian cop. We got John Dabrowski, 80s GG, the Chief. It's kind of all I see on my follows list that I'm close enough to raid. Stoopley? Alright, you got it. Raiding Stoopley. Raiding offline channel. Is this what you want? Not. Or Kangaroo. That boy. I will catch you guys later. Oh, Speckle's live too. Shit. Well, I've already committed. Next time, Speckle, remind me, Vanesco. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I don't know why I'm talking like that. All right, catch you guys later.